Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready.
Hello, what is up everybody? Welcome to another day of StarCraft 2. Today we are watching the Alpha X Junior Cup Season 2, Group number 2 as well. Both number 2, look at that, fancy that. Seems like we're going the right way in that sense. Anyway, today we will be having a lot of great players, believe me. We are gonna have Baby Marine, Cuckoo, Exo Striker and Fireplay. Some of those we've already seen perform the previous time around, but yeah, it looks like this time around we got some fresh blood as well. Well, at least how the group is formed anyway. People that we haven't seen play yet together, so who knows what we will be seeing here. The ages are kind of different here and there. There's not too much of a difference, of course. The Alpha X, in case you're unaware, the Alpha X Junior Championships is a tournament that is specifically made for people below the age of 15. So anyone that is in fact younger than 15 will be able to participate and try to show their skills in StarCraft 2. And maybe, who knows, they will be the next prodigy on the line for us that we will be seeing in the future at the big tournaments. It could happen. It could happen. You know what? Pro gamers, they get old, they get slow, and then the next generation is there sniping at them, picking at them every step along the way, trying to prove that they are in fact the new people on the block to worry about and the real threat to the prize pool for the other people that also want a bit of the prize pool. Anyway, that's where it comes down to, so that's what our mission is here, trying to figure out where these new prodigies are coming from. Of course, we are just kind of waiting here a little bit still. Let me take a look if I didn't make any mistakes. I don't think I did. Let's take a look. Oh, there we go. I did get invited. That is always a good sign. Got a little bit worried there for a moment. Right, now it looks like everything is A-OK. Let me see. I had Team Liquid open here somewhere. You know what? I can just open it again here. Let me just do that, and then we can see. Double checking. Yep, looks like we're all okay. We're still synced up as well. Linked up and synced up. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so let me put all this back over here. Let me get my chat back. Let me get my stuff about the players back. And let me get my thingamajig back. The stream, there it is. Okay, that should be it. That should be good. So starting off today will be, in fact, I gotta click on this. Wait. It will be Exo Striker versus Baby Marine. So two players that we in fact did see previous time around. Exo Striker is somebody from, well, first of all, he is from Russia. Also, he is, I do believe he is from Alpha X. Yes, he is. Alright, so an Alpha X member versus a non-Alpha X member. Baby Marine, probably one of the more famous players here right now. As most of you know, probably who are watching this, Baby Marine, the younger brother of Rainer, already a absolute devastating force in the StarCraft 2 scene. Rainer, of course. We're going to be looking out to see what he is going to be able to do. And yeah, he's going to be playing first of all against the single Protoss in a Sea of Terran today. So it's going to be a tight one for him. At least Exo Striker, that is. Of course, the Protoss trying to fight his way through. At least he definitely knew what to prepare for here. The other two, well, the other three players still had to prepare for 2 matchups in total, just to be sure. Or maybe just TVT, because if you just win all your TVTs in this, you are bound to move onwards as the Terran player. Maybe it does mean that the Protoss will take the other seats, but you know what? It might just be enough. Anyway, looks like our first map will be Triton. And without much further ado, I'm pretty sure we will be starting that one pretty quickly here. I do want to point out, guys, that of course, welcome to the show. First of all, I'm Kozan, and I got a lovely new shirt that can sit on my shoulder here. As you can see, I got a little Alpha X Dragon right now on my perched on my shoulder here. Other than that, yeah, we're having a great time. We'll hop right into it. What an introduction for myself. And the Alpha X Dragon there in the back. Alright, anyway. Here we go. Here we go. It's in the loading screen. You can already see it's in the loading screen. Let's just hop on into the loading screen, shall we? Make things easier for everyone. There it is. Alright, so the first best of 3 today. In the bottom right side, we have the red Terran player playing for Makers. He is Baby Marine. His opponent in the top left, it is the yellow Protoss. He is playing for Alpha X. It is Exo Striker. There he is. Good stuff indeed. Let me just grab this stuff overall. Baby Marine is a 14-year-old Italian player. Of course, he is following in the footsteps of his brother here a little bit. And who had a big inspiration for him. It is, of course, Rainer. And with the support of his father, he started StarCraft 2 at the age of 9. Immediately started playing ladder. As fast as he started playing on tournaments. Interesting. Oh, when he was 11 or 12, sorry, he reached Masters and won his first LAN in Rome. So at the age of 12, he was already on LAN tournaments and winning some of them as well. Look at that. Last September, he reached GM and was really excited to be that good so fast. He plays between 15 and 40 games a week, so not even that crazy amount. There you go. The Junior Championships is a big objective for him, and he will work a lot in order to win the tournaments. You know what? With family like that, you gotta show what you're made of course, and that is what he's trying to do here, trying to prove to everybody that he can actually hold up to his brother. Anyway, on the other side, we should talk about him as well. Of course, we have the Alpha X player. It is Exo Striker. He's born in Russia. He's 14 years old right now. He's a Protoss GM player. He's one of the players that most of the people are afraid of actually right now. And he started playing when he was 8 years old. Now, when he was 8 years old, his father, of course, again, very cool dads, helping out the StarCraft 2 scene here. Thank you very much, parents, for all the great parenting you're doing and getting all these youngsters into the scene. And having them wreck everyone's face, you know what, that must feel pretty good as a parent. Anyway, let's take a look here. Since 2.5 years, he has been playing more seriously, and he joined his first team and reached Masters in January 2018. In May 2019, he reached GM while lettering 2 to 3 hours a day. He also had an impressive results lately, beating both Rodzin and Vindicta in the Alpha X MVP Cup. He is a big fan of Trap's playstyle and defeated the winner of the tournament during the first Alpha X Youngings tourney. He is eager to win the second season. So he did beat the winner of the previous championships for the younglings, it was called back then. But of course, did not become a champion there himself for the Junior Cup. Is he going to be able to do it right now? Let's take a look and see. Overall, not too much has been missed out on yet. There's a Reaper on the field. There's an Oracle being created. We're going to wait for that Oracle to really start up the stuff. And the Reaper didn't scout anything yet. So there we go. We should be up to date right now with everything going on in that sense. There is 2 expansions out as well. And Baby Marine actually going to go for a triple Rex play here. That's pretty interesting too. Adding in a lot of Marauders, getting himself quite a big ball of inventory. Now the Marauders are pretty good against most of the gateway units. They're not that great against the Oracle though. Of course the Oracle is what he is going to have to be dealing with here. And the Oracle actually just going for 3 kills and heading on out of there. Very, very safe play actually from Exostrike here. I'm not sure if he potentially saw that there were only 3 Marines there. Maybe he didn't want to take the risk running into it. Potentially there was already a stim because of course, well, probably he knew there was stim, no stim yet because there are 2. Well, it's potentially. Probably didn't really read into it too much, but there you go. There were, of course, what it comes down to, there were only 3 Marines there. Might have been able to kill those with the single Oracle. Plays it safe, and now he's going to combine that one Oracle with the other Oracle that is flying in as well. And just multiply that output of damage by 100%. Which is pretty darn strong. Even now, I feel like he might be able to just jump on top of this. I think he has kind of a similar inclination. Just doesn't want to take the risk just yet. So Exostriker playing it very safe so far. You can see that this is coming in though, so he realized a while ago, yet, even with that information, he still decided to just throw down a 3rd base. Now that is some ballsy play. He must feel very comfortable with knowing that he can hold this. And that is what he's trying to do here. He's coming in with a lot of his gateway forces. He wants to use that Guardian Shield, I would imagine, as quickly as possible, as soon as these units start falling. A little bit. So he did have to cancel the Nexus here. Restarting it straight up afterwards. At the same time, Baby Marine, you know what, he did get to cancel that. He doesn't feel too comfortable with pushing into his opponent here either. And instead, he's just going to add himself a 3rd base as well. Behind this, trying to keep up with his opponent's Exostriker here. This Exostriker is maneuvering himself across the field. Trying to find some more damage here. Might be able to pick off a SCV here. He's playing it very safe, unfortunately. Even playing it safe doesn't always guarantee that those units will stay alive, of course. Flying, unfortunately, just overhead of the Marines and Marauders, running back from the offensive. Being picked off there. Hey, Robotics Bay is going to get added here. I'm wondering if we're going to see the Disruptors or the Colossus. Maybe we're going to see a combination. I would imagine we're going to see Colossus first and then afterwards a Disruptors being added into the mix here as well. Baby Marine might get stunned here. Oh no, very, very good awareness overall. Realizing that with those Oracles, something like that might very well be possible. And moving the one singular Marine in front. I would love to see him do that one more time here, as there is another status trap waiting for him down on the ramp here. The Starks are standing on top of it, trying to keep it hidden for as long as possible. As Baby Marine is just kind of waiting for his forces. Okay, there we go. The scan beautifully revealing it and coming in hot now. Only a single Colossus coming out, immediately jumped on top of these gateway forces. Aren't going to be enough, unfortunately, still though, to really beat back the Protoss Armada. Well, I say Armada, it's not really an Armada, it's mostly like a fleet of Stalkers, if anything. So yeah, Baby Marine, let's take a look at the overall unit lost count. You know what, I'd say those are pretty favorable trades. Now, of course, Exostriker did manage to get himself a lot more income by having that 3rd base. positioned and being mined from a lot sooner. Also, of course, these two gas right here already started up, pretty much done, ready to be mined from. And wow, Exo Striker adding a 4th base as well. Absolutely killing it right now with that eco game. He's gonna try to get as far ahead as possible with this one. Observer is gonna scout out the medevac flying in. The Phoenix not maneuvering past it though, still kind of staying the course. He might have spotted it now though. He's flying past 2 observers. That is a bit unfortunate. 2 Starks already in position. And yeah. I mean, scans are going off in the 3rd base and the 4th base. But okay, so yeah, Baby Marine is aware now that there are the Stalkers in the main base. Isn't gonna commit with that medevac just yet. Would love to see the Phoenix though come into play as well, helping out with that situation. And here we go. Army of Exo Striker perhaps a little bit out of position, trying to come in here. You know what? 10 workers actually killed off while they were trying to long distance mine here. Quite a nice pickoff, I have to say, especially with just walking by, basically, right? Not even really committing to anything, just kind of maneuvering himself past there. And yeah, Exo Striker absolutely on fire so far. Baby Marine though, let's not count him out yet. His worker count is very solid. His army count is very solid too. And in come the Widow Mines. The Widow Mines, oh my dear lord, alright. You know what, this might start to be enough to really start worrying about Exo Striker actually. As Exo Striker didn't really have his Colossi out for a while here. He's going to be able to clean up those Widow Mines, so all of them do go down. The medevac will fall as well. It's a nice consolation prize here, a little bit for Exo Striker. But yeah, Baby Marine definitely managing to do quite a bit of damage there. Overall, 27 workers already killed. It's not an absolutely game-ending situation yet for Exo Striker, especially because he was... well, he is continuously ahead in bases here, so he can afford to lose a couple of those workers, but we'll have to wait and see. Aeroc Fire, unfortunately, will not be playing today. We have Fire Play, though. It's close. It's real close. Anyway. Oh, the Air Army now. The last few units of Exo Striker that do fly being picked off here. I wouldn't mind if that Phoenix did stay kind of in the play, patrolling around trying to find medevacs and stuff like that of the swords. Not too horrendous of a choice. That's a pretty good play again. Here we go, Exo Striker. Just a couple of Zealots with a War Prism managing to get the cancel on that command center. That was almost about to be ready. Almost about to be ready. Wasn't ready yet, but anyway, it almost was about to be. Anyway, so the Vikings are growing in number, are going to be very useful at picking up the War Prism, of course. Bioforces with those medevacs rolling on through. Ro8's family. I see. Anyway, Disruptors are now in the play as well. The Vikings managing to get a great shot so far on the Colossus. One of them already in the red. Wouldn't mind Exo Striker trying to play it a little bit safe here, waiting for those shields to come back a little bit. Rogue couldn't play, unfortunately. There we go. That is a solid update. Thank you very much, Sun Lily. And more Zealots running by as the army of Exo Striker is kind of rotating around doorway. It looks like, you know what, Baby Marine does see the War Prism. He does see the Zealots now coming in as well. He did transition into Ghosts already, just preemptively, which is a really good call. But it looks like, again, he might lose that 4th base here. You know what, he's definitely going to lose that 4th base. Good luck saving that one. It's not going to happen. And this is an awkward situation. Exo Striker definitely in the, well, the seats of engagement here. He actually does decide to try and engage here on top of that ramp. I'm not sure if that was, oh my god, that Disruptor shot. You know what? Any engagement with a disruptor shot like that is going to be a victory for you. Wow, Baby Marine. I just wanted to highlight, yeah, there were a lot of units over here as well. Zealots killing SCVs, 16 going down. Baby Marine feeling the pressure, having to tap out here. And Exo Striker showing why a lot of the players here are, in fact, quite afraid of him, honestly. He's a very, very strong player. You want to see the strongest 12-year-old on Earth. That is a bit unfortunate, yeah. I mean, there's other that are very, very strong. I believe Ghosty isn't that much. It's around that age as well, right? He might be 13. He might be 12 as well. I'm not 100% sure. Let me see, actually. Let me see. I can find this. Oh no, Ghosty is 13. As a 14-year-old, 14. So yeah, actually 12 years old would have been the prize taker for the youngest player, I believe. Oh no, wait. Wannabe Bjorn, also 12. And Eric Fire is also 12, actually. So there you go. We could have settled it though, who was the strongest of them if he was here. Fortunately, we're gonna have to make do with the 12 years old that we do have. Let's hope they perform as well as Erog will and make him proud. And you know what? We're gonna do these every month anyway, these tournaments. So he's gonna have another chance pretty soon coming up. Pretty darn soon. So yeah. Alright, here we go. Game number 2 between these two. One game behind, it's the blue Italian Terran player. He is Baby Marine. In the bottom left, we have the yellow Protoss. He is Exo Striker. Who is, of course, from Russia. Ghosty is 13, yeah. Yup. There is 1 minute delay on the stream as well, guys, before I forget to mention. So it's going to take me a while before I actually am capable of mentioning everything here. Or at least respond to all of you lovely folks in the chat. But then again, we have a very smart bunch of people in the chat already anyway, that I'm sure are very capable of answering all your questions. A lot better than I would anyway. So, yeah, there is a probe on the way. Gonna try to look for a scout. See what is what. Baby Marine here is gonna do the same. Also looking for the scout. Looks like a regular Reaper opening so far. Of course, it's always very useful to verify this as Exo Striker. Might be able to even get on the low ground here and block the command center for a moment. First, he wants to see if there's been 1 or 2 gases taken. There he goes. Sees the 1 gas. Exo Striker going down on the ground again. Seeing things are safe. And deciding not to block over here. Oh, actually, he might be. Just tricking out Baby Marine. But it was a little bit too much time in between there, between the trick and actually letting Baby Marine take the command center. You might still be able to kind of torment Baby Marine there at the start, but you know what, even though these guys are pretty young, I'm not sure if that would have done too much. Baby Marine probably would have already had another SCV on the way before the probe even really managed to hit anything, so yeah, here you go. So here's the Reaper, the first Reaper. Should be able to run his face right into that adapt here, that is being chrono boosted. Make a good appearance. The probe coming in again, verifying what is what. Not seeing too much. Sees that there is a bunker, indicating a little bit more defensive play, I would say. 1 probe does fall here. A little bit over eager to really start mining at that expansion. Exo Striker though, he is maneuvering his adapt and shade very nicely here. Maneuvering the shade on the low ground, keeping the slow adapt on the high ground. The ever so infuriating dance for anyone that's ever tried to catch a Reaper. one of these players that are just incredible at that control. And he comes once again. He's going to be able to scout out these stargates here. So a very good call. Baby Marine is going to be aware of what he's going to have to prepare for. The factory immediately trying to pump out that the Cyclone here. Putting that one together. Very, very good choice indeed. And that should be well in time before that Oracle actually manages to really get close to the base there. Even making the Viking. So really putting up the, well, no shenanigans barrier here. Doesn't want to fall to a single Oracle getting too many SCV kills. Of course, the previous time we saw the Oracle getting 3 kills, I believe. Which is not game-ending, devastating amounts of damage, but still it is rather annoying. It puts you back a little bit, and it's always going to give you a little bit of a bad taste in the mouth afterwards. But yeah, a little bit more of a regular play here from Baby Marine, of course, this time around as well. As previously, we did see the triple Rex trying to quickly take advantage of the of his opponents and trying to just deal as much damage as possible in that time. You know what, Extra Striker making a lot more Phoenixes this time around. Kind of wondering what his decision making behind that one is right here. And you know what, maybe he tries to confuse Baby Marine, as Baby Marine is a little bit less likely to have that much NTA if Extra Striker, of course, is already aware that he knows that he's going. I don't know, it's maybe getting a little bit too meta here. Maybe it is because he did lose quite a couple of probes previous round with the medevac drop, of course. Maybe he just wants to stay with the Phoenixes this time around. He's just on a single Stargate though, still there, so nothing too crazy. Third command center for Baby Marine on the way, as well as the third Nexus for Extra Striker. The third command center, a lot quicker though. Of course, it's still gonna have to fly over, but yeah, very, very nicely timed here by Baby Marine. Ooh, you know what, is on a very good footing, economically speaking here. This time around. Ooh, the status trap is gonna catch those 2 Cyclones, and that might actually cause these 2 Vikings to pay the Piper's price. No? Okay. The Phoenixes decide to be merciful Lords of the Sky today. Didn't feel the need to completely annihilate his opponent's Vikings here. Oh, nice rotating around though. Seeing with the status trap that the units are out of position and coming in straight ahead. The Cyclone looking onto the Oracle. Very interesting, but yeah, 5 more workers going down there. Baby Marine feeling the hurt here, but overall, let's take a look income-wise. It's not too far apart just yet. As I'm saying that, he loses even more units here. Oh my dear lord. 10 workers going down in total. And the Viking and Cyclone are trying to catch them. Are they going to be able to? Ooh, it's going to be close. Needs to run away. The Phoenixes desperately want to catch these Cyclones and Vikings. They still have energy for a lift up. No, they don't. Alright, so running away now. But yeah, 64 workers now versus 42. Colossus are on the field, more are on the way. So already you know what, I'm not sure, but it feels like Extra Striker might just be in a little bit more favorable position this time around already. Even with Baby Marine going a little bit more standard here. Ooh, 2 Widow Mines as well being picked off. Immediately Extra Striker on the ball. Spotting every tiny movement from his opponents here and immediately punishing wherever he finds the opportunity. +1/+1 has finished up Armory, almost about to finish up too. Let's take a look at the other upgrades for the Protoss. He's just starting +2 weapon attack. That's interesting. A lot of the time you do see the Protoss going for the, well, favoring the armor upgrade, as the, you know what, the Marines of the Terran do shoot very, very quickly. Instead, going for the weapons upgrade, maybe that is an indicator that he is going to go for some sort of a Zealot high Templar attack. I mean, he did do a little bit of damage here. He's adding the Templar Archives as well. That's a lot of Stalkers though. He's adding charge. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the exact plan is here. He is moving out aggressively. He does have a War Prism with his attack as well. So maybe that is just going to be his reinforcements. Zealots and Archons together with this push that is coming up here. And yeah, it definitely looks like a very scary push indeed. More Vikings are trying to be created here. 4 only on the field so far. We're gonna have to deal with 2 Colossi, 4 Phoenixes and a War Prism. That is a lot of stuff to shoot down as 4 Vikings. Might not be enough to do that before most of the Marines get absolutely smitten by the Colossi here. Alright, in comes the attack. Zealots are being robbed in behind the Stalkers here. Maybe, you know what, they are a little bit stuck, so a lot of the Stalkers do fall before the Zealots actually start engaging here. The Vikings are preoccupied with those Phoenixes, so the Colossi have free range and Baby Marine has to tap out one more time. Very unfortunate that for him, but congratulations to Exostriker managing to take the first, well, series, the first best of 3 for today with a very clean 2-0. That's got to put the fear of Exostriker in the hearts of these other Terran opponents here. Baby Marine, he is no pushover. But yeah, whoever of the next best of 3 is going to be able to take the victory will, of course, be facing against him. Exostriker, that is. So, yeah, looks like a rough one. But who knows? Maybe they will be able to do it. Maybe they have some builds prepped. Trying to take the advantage there. But, yeah, Exostriker looking just very solid there. Opening up with the Stargates, a good way to always be aware of what your opponent is doing. So always having a lot of observers around as well, checking for those drop plays. Very, very well played there by Exostriker. And yeah, just kind of going with the push when he knew that he did do enough damage with those Phoenixes. So congratulations to him. Very well played. Let me take a look. All right. All right. So, yeah. We're gonna have to wait. Fireplay and Cuckoo are going to be our next 2 combatants. Let me take a look at what their overall stuff is. Actually, I don't have a nice little thing for Fireplay, of course, because he did substitute for Arrow Fire. So unfortunately, I don't have the information on him. But we have a nice little story about Cuckoo. Cuckoo is a 15-year-old Romanian, and he's a Terran player, of course, who represents Revive Uprise. His big brother showed him StarCraft 2 in January 2018. As soon as he had a computer to play on in November 2018, he reached Masters. So, you know what, he just kind of picked up the game and he became Masters. So, you know what, yeah, that just kind of happens to these kids, I suppose. I'm not jealous. I'm not jealous. I'm not jealous. This big fan of Maru plays every day and is also well known as he is a regular streamer. So if you want to go check him out, Cuckoo, he is streaming more often. And at the beginning of 2019, he won 8 Alpha X arenas in a row. That's pretty impressive too. After taking first qualification seed on the open qualifier, he hopes this time he can make it through the group stage and reach the playoffs to the junior championships. So yeah, big dreams for him as well. Wants to try and take the victory, of course. Fireplay, a very strong opponent too. We saw him play previous season, though. He did manage to qualify then. He didn't have the best run, to be fair, but He still was a worthy opponent. And to be fair, he had to play Exo Striker twice. So... Oh, and he had to play Cuckoo. But he beat Cuckoo. That's interesting, actually. So these guys did play previous season. And Fireplay beat Cuckoo 2-1. Which was a pretty tight series, actually. That could have gone either way. Unfortunately for them, Fireplay did lose 2-0 to Exo Striker. Exo Striker, he is just a scary opponent, guys. That is not to be underestimated here. Even though he did lose previous time around against Ghosty. Oh, again, another very scary player here. Yeah, overall, just don't underestimate anybody here. It's basically what it comes down to. Other than that, I hope they're going to be okay. I hope they did more practice than previous time. And this time around, they have what it takes to bring Exo Striker down a peg or two. We'll have to wait and see. Fireplay and Cuckoo? Is it going to be the same outcome? That's the next question, right? It's kind of interesting. It's fun to already see potential rivalries starting to set up here in the Junior Championships. And it would be really cool to see those actually move onwards. That if they, like, imagine these two players now for the oncoming 3 years are just continuously seeing one another in every tournament and facing one against one another. And kind of just growing up together with StarCraft 2. That would just be a cool story. And we're seeing the start of it. We can imagine stuff like that right now. Because, you know what, reality hasn't come in yet and ruined it by not having that take place. Anyway. Let's see. They are doing the vetoing process. It looks like... Let me take a quick... They are choosing the first map. So pretty soon we will be aware. The vetoes have been Zen, World of Sleepers, Simulacrum, Nightshade. So we'll have to wait and see. The first one will be Ephemeron. Second map will be Triton. And the third map will be Eternal. Eternal Empire. Yeah, being picked a lot here by the junior players. It's also kind of interesting that these junior players, they seem to have a different preference to maps as the pro players right now, the elderly players. I say elderly, there's still a lot of young people there. But yeah, to me it does feel like they have a preference to maybe Eternal Empire a little bit here and there. Ephemeron, I suppose, is just well liked all around. Which is kind of funny, because the first time it did come out, I didn't feel like Ephemeron would be one of those maps that is just globally accepted as a good map, right? Just because it does kind of have those kind of quirky things on the map in the shape of those bridges, those tiny bridges just everywhere. I always thought that, you know what, more people would get upset about those types of things, but it turned out to be rather okay. Nothing too bad, in fact. And, yeah, if you lose because of the bridge, it's just kind of like, I mean, just don't fight at the bridge. There's more than enough other opportunities, more than enough other area of play to really make things happen. So why are you fighting there? It's kind of what it comes down to. Anyway, there's even rocks you can take down, right? So then there's just a wide open area. So at the time when, you know what, really big armies can get a problematic in that sense. Probably won't anymore. Anyway, in the bottom right side, we have a blue Terran player. It says KOSX, so maybe he changed teams, but he used to be on the Revive Uprise. I'm not sure if that is still the case. Anyway, he is the blue Terran. Bottom right, he is Cuckoo. Very strong Terran player, and his opponents also a Terran. What a surprise. He's in the red though, and he is called Fireplay. It does seem like a lot of these young people are playing Terran. I'm not sure what it is, Maybe it's just like this cool thing where they feel like, you know what, if Terran is... Because a lot of Terrans, they do like to complain. And there was one of those races that did seem to... you know what, I'm a Terran too, so I am biased. But it did seem like they struggled here and there for a while, except for Maru, potentially, for a long time. And at least with taking titles and stuff like that. So maybe that is why, you know, if you then come in as a young player, take Terran, and start to make it work, that's just a lot cooler than just picking the race that is seemingly easy, potentially. Because they do have these players that have so many cups in their name. It's just an interesting little bit of psychology. Why it is that so many of these players are in fact picking Terran. Both of them actually, that's kind of interesting. Both of them going for the single gas expand here. A bit of a gentleman's agreement, it appears. Not all too often do you see, in fact, both of the players going for this. Sometimes a single person, of course, and then you kind of have the little micro battle trying to figure out whether or not your opponent was greedy or not. Alright, there we go. First shot of the Reaper right on top of that other Reaper, and might be able to get actually something happening here. Oh, that's a good first pick off there. Oh, the Reaper for Fireplay is being healed up, but Cuckoo coming in with a vengeance. He needs to get on top of it. Oh, the wall jumps up in the face of the Reaper. Might have been able to chase it down, but it's getting really close now. And again, Fireplay managing to just barely escape there. But two workers did get picked off. And Cuckoo's not out of the... it's not letting him out of the woodworks just yet. Killing off another worker here. 3 in total going down, and that command center is delayed ever so plenty. At the start of the game especially, you want to have that happen as quickly as possible. Look at that. You know what, it's not that big of an enormous difference, but you know what, 3 workers this early in the game, that is quite big, especially when it was, in fact, it was just a single Reaper versus a single Reaper, right? It wasn't anything all in, there wasn't any extra investments. It was the same build versus the same build, and there you go. Terran favors agile wrists. Yeah, maybe that's the maybe that's the reason why you gotta split a whole bunch every time. Oh, thank you so much, Canuck. I very much appreciate that that Twitch Prime. Cuckoo, you're having a little bit of difficulty here. You might want to consider retreating. This is going to be able to kill off 6 works this time around with added on units. Fireplay not taking any chances, adding a lot of marines to ensure his safety here. On the other side, Cuckoo, you know what? He's just been spending that money on more buildings, more SCVs. As he is now at 32 versus 29. Actually, that's just all the... oh, that's interesting. Ooh, he's going to get that first kill on that Hellion, but unfortunately for him, loses one himself as well. And the auto turret makes it kind of difficult for him to push any further. Is he still going to commit to this? He might actually, after this auto turret dies off. I'm not sure. Maybe potentially with these 2 extra Hellions. Oh, it's a bit unfortunate that the low HP Hellion did jump at the front. The siege tank needs to get in a good position. I like that Fireplay isn't sieging it up. He needs to keep this this siege tank on top of the Hellions here. And there we go, now sieging up. Of course, if he did siege it up on the high ground, the Hellions could have rotated towards here and deny mining for a long time. If he sieged it up over here, the Hellions would have been able to jump on top of the siege tank and then just kill off the SCVs potentially from here, or deny mining as well. So you know what, Fireplay keeping his head cool and making solid decisions, which is always very nice to see. He even added a 3rd command center here, which is in front of Cuckoo. So you know what? Actually, is it? Yeah, it is. Wow. Just ever so slightly, but you know what? With him losing 6 workers already in total, not too shabby. Not too shabby indeed. Coming off those unbuildable plates. The unbuildable plates. unbuildable because you can't build on top of them. And because you can't just build them yourself. Would there be a use if somebody could actually build unbuildable plates? Maybe for like blockers, right? Potentially on like expansions or something like that. Or spotters as well, that could be a thing. You know what, yeah, there are reasons why you would want to build them. It depends on the cost of them and the HP that you get. Anyway. Fireplay here, managing to get a solid tank count. 3 so far. Cuckoo on the other side, he went for, well, 2 ravens. Those 2 ravens, they could be the quite a devastating force in an engagement like this. If you do get all your interference matrices, might be able to make something happen here, but that marine count is a little bit worrisome here for Cuckoo, who doesn't have that many himself. He did add more Hellions at the start of the game, so that's where a lot of his money went to. The siege tanks do manage to siege up before the marines get close enough to feel comfortable to push into this. And all the siege tanks as well for Fireplay are too far away. Now, Cuckoo very smartly behind this. He is mining off that 3rd base, so if we quickly take a look at the income graph, it's not showing anything just yet. We'll come back to that later on as soon as it takes a foothold here and starts showing the actual information that I wanted to. We're going to be able to see that, in fact, Cuckoo is now walking away quite heavily with the income advantage here, just by being on this location. Now, those are very nice interference matrices, though, and most of the army of Cuckoo will fall here. Luckily, he does manage to get out with those 2 ravens and the Vikings. I would say that those potentially are the more valuable pieces there. The siege tanks, potentially, you know what, also very valuable, but those ravens are going to be able to keep him safe here against this high siege tank count if Fireplay does want to do a counter-attack here. And that's exactly what is happening. Another command center for Cuckoo being made here as Fireplay is just waiting. Now we can take a look over here. Take a look at that. That is 1.3 extra K income here for Mr. Cuckoo. That is a very, very nice indeed. Being able to jump forward in that overall mineral gathering competition. Which StarCraft 2 basically is, right? It's kind of like an Easter egg hunt, but then it's just minerals. And it also comes down to how many bases and how many units you have walking back and forth. They don't really have to look for any Easter eggs. It's just minerals that are sitting there. You know what? This analogy is falling apart the more I think about it. Anyway, 2 Liberators are rotating around to both of these sides. So the air army of Cuckoo not being in the right position here just yet. Coming into the main base as well. I like that. Being able to, you know what, after seeing those Vikings. Okay, so that one does get taken out, but still, reasonable amount. 3 works in total being killed off by this 1 Liberator in the main base. This is gonna get picked off though. Cuckoo also attempting a little bit of a aggressive move here. 4 medevacts filled up with marines, 2 on one side, 2 on the other. Looks like the 2 at the top have gone unscouted just yet. That 3rd base looking quite exposed right now, but Fireplay is dangerously close with most of his army. And you know what? Just foregoing the 3rd base straight into the main base here. I kind of like that. And now as the army for Fireplay is trying to maneuver itself into the main, we are seeing these other 2 medevacts jumping on top of the natural. There are 2 siege tanks though waiting for this to happen. And Cuckoo going now for the other side, immediately jumping on top of this mineral line. Those are a lot of SCV kills. And also a big pool as well. Fireplay needs to get his SCVs mining again. It's quite a lot of damage. 182 army supply now versus, well, I say army supply, just overall supply versus 144. Cuckoo kind of starting to really walk away with this one. Ahead with 2, well, no wait, I say 2, 10 workers. Also starts with a T, close enough. And quite a lot of army supply here as well. Also +3/+3 on the way, as +2/+2 is about halfway done here for Fireplay. Yeah, Cuckoo, you know what? I'm liking his position more and more. The longer this keeps going, he really is making the right maneuvers to just get this game further and further into his favor. Like this as well, look at that. 2 more siege tanks immediately falling, and he does he have boost? Oh my god, he does have boost. Didn't need it. Didn't even need it. Oh boy, this is not very kosher. Alright, so those Marines did get taken out. It was a valiant effort though. Wasn't expecting that siege tank there. You know what? Neither was I. After going down the first time around, always you want to try and scan for a second time and make sure that the area is still safe. But then again, a very nice play here, full fire play. Adjusting after seeing kind of the strategies that Cuckoo was going for this game around. And immediately adjusting his army positioning overall. Putting a couple of siege tanks there. You know what, this little group of infantry, which was just one single marine and a medevac, still being able to keep the army, the entirety of the army of Fireplay back. Trying to maneuver back and forth here. So Cuckoo basically now is going to be able to take a foothold here quite nicely in the middle of the map. Well, does it matter though? Okay, so it does scans. Very nice. Rotating around. Should be more than capable of picking this up. What happens to the upgrades of Cuckoo here? Why are they so delayed now? Did something happen to them? Were there? Oh, there's no engineering base lost there. Maybe he just wanted the money there for a moment. I'm not completely sure. Interesting. Well, he's behind on the upgrades now. Might give a single opportunity here for Fireplay to actually make something happen if he does take a fight at that time and place. Because that is, you know what, it might not seem like that much of a time period in between these two plays getting these upgrades, but it's actually kind of large. It's going to be a good, like, 20 seconds. And you can have an entire fight in 20 seconds. You can have a game end in 20 seconds of a bad engagement. Is that gonna happen here though? The siege tanks, everyone is still in siege, sieging up around the same time period. The upgrades are here, but the anti-armor missile is pretty large. And it looks like Fireplay is not going to be able to push into this situation here. Also being distracted by these 3 medevacs right here in the top of his base. Oh my dear lord, those are too many Marines you're pulling here. Your siege tanks are completely exposed. Luckily for Fireplay though, all the medevacs are over here. They actually did kill the command center there. Absolutely massive. Being able to take that down. Luckily for Fireplay, he was already prepping for a 5th base. That does mean that he is going to be able to, well, wait, basically. Fall behind economically is what he's going to be able to do. Losing all these siege tanks now as well. Fireplay being pulled apart here a little bit. Let's take a look at the income graph again. There we go. There's a lot of blue peaks here. And most of those peaks are because of course, Fireplay having to pull workers, having, like, losing CVs here and there. And there we go. A lot of worker pulling though. Jeez Louise, that's a lot of workers dying off. Okay, this base also getting picked off though. Is it gonna matter? Oh my dear lord, I'm not sure Fireplay has the firepower to really push into this. That's a lot of siege tanks. The planetary as well. The entirety of the army of Fireplay. Perhaps a little bit too brazenly running in here. Yeah, trying to make something happen in a desperate situation here. Desperate attempt, and it doesn't look like it really paid off. 3 SCVs as well. You know what? Attempting to learn from the enemy. Perhaps they wanted to be Marines at some point in their life, or even Reapers, because they did get the jetpack, but they just filled out the wrong form, and accidentally they got some SCV suits sent over to them, delivered to their locker room, and they, you know what, they aren't that aware with military customs, so they didn't even really notice that they were SCVs instead of Reapers. They did get the Reaper training though, so that is why they in fact did attempt to go into a location there, trying to kill off workers, but fortunately it didn't really work out there, of course, because they just didn't have the right equipment with them. Another Liberator rotating around. This time it is Cuckoo's though. Cuckoo, look at that. 39 work skilled in total. But Fireplay, you know what? 32 in fact as well picked off. So still going kind of equally. Fireplay not out of this yet at all whatsoever. Cuckoo just making very, very good strides, putting himself in a favorable position, winning, well, more likely for him to win a straight-up fight here, but, I mean, that's no guarantee. No guarantee at all, of course, and we have to remember this. If Cuckoo overextends into an enemy siege line, if he does get struck down by a couple of well-positioned Liberators under the cover fire of those Vikings, that'd be pretty good. And what in the world? How did I miss this? Battle Cruisers. A transition into the Battle Cruiser Terran here from Cuckoo. He's coming in hot. He doesn't have the Yamato cannon yet, so he's just jumping on out of there. He is making a lot of Battle Cruisers at the same time here. How many is that? Wait, let me see. That's 2 on the way. Okay, so he's making 2 at the same time. But it looks like he's going to be ramping that up to 3 at the same time pretty soon. And he's coming in with his army as well. Getting a pretty reasonable position here. Though the Marines are a little bit stuck now. Oh, my dear lord. Okay, yes, it looks like, you know what, Cuckoo managing to trade out very favorably here with his ground forces still. Probably wanted to get a couple more of those Vikings as he is now transitioning into an air army. This is very interesting. You know what? Making life very difficult for Fireplay now, having to decide whether or not he's going to truly commit to remaking that army. And also, you know what, maybe opening up a couple of kills here for those battle cruisers. Wants to target down the low HP Vikings. No repair on those Vikings, unfortunately, but you know what? The 2 battle cruisers, they do fall. And that means that there's now, again, only 2 battle cruisers on the field. Take a look, he did get himself the +1 air weapons as well. Would love to see some extra added in there. Battlecruisers, they shoot so much. It's incredibly useful to have those upgrades, of course. Look at the supply though, 190 now versus 140. Fireplay looking a little bit for a little bit of breathing room. Wants to make something happen still, but it's getting rougher and rougher as time keeps going on. Doesn't really have that many Vikings in anymore either. Yamato cannon is done now as well. Should be able to just shoot 2 Yamato cannons and TP out of there. And there we go, 2 Vikings for the price of none. And you know what, that is some solid trading. In fact, those medevacs are pretty low HP as well. Luckily, we are seeing some repairing taking place there. Fireplay making the right decisions there. Cuckoo also adding his own Vikings to protect his battlecruisers. And kind of stopped making battlecruisers, in fact. He is on 4, but other than that, he's not really going for them anymore. What else are we seeing? You know what? He is adding more starports though, so... Wait, where are these? Oh, there they are. Interesting. Never knew. If you click on here, it just kind of goes to already finished starports as well. Interesting. Anyway. No, it's not that much of importance. A little caster thing I just learned. Anyway, those Vikings, it looks like they did realize where those battlecruisers are. This is a really big fight actually in the middle of the map. Looks like, you know what, these 2 armies are going to be trading out again once more. And a little bit of a stalemate is going to take place here once again. But Cuckoo has all his Vikings here. Cuckoo still has those battlecruisers, of course, as well. At the same time, looking for damage. And Fireplay taps out as he sees the battlecruisers coming in again for a right hook. And immediately realizing that he's just slowly falling further and further behind. And doesn't want to waste too much time on a game like this one. A very difficult game for him to win. As we, you know what, we said it a couple of times, Cuckoo making a lot of solid decisions there and slowly but surely just inching himself ahead. Very, very solidly played there by him, in fact. And that means he's going to be taking this series 1-0 so far. Can he finish it off now and make a lovely revenge for the last time that they, of course, faced one another in the tournament. It's not over yet, though. Of course, we have to remember Fireplay previously as well, winning 2-1. So maybe that game didn't really look it, but yeah, Fireplay previously the dominant player. Interesting. Interesting. Let me go grab myself just a small drink here, as I do in fact accept the lobby invite. We'll be waiting. Of course, we also have a winners interview with the people that do manage to move onwards into the tournaments that are going to go to the playoffs. I need to go back to the actual playoffs here. I'm on the Team Liquid page, but I'm on Season 1 right now because I wanted to see Fire play his previous run. Alright, there we go. Get everything in order again. There it is. Okay, so yeah. Exo Striker versus versus Baby Marine, Cuckoo versus Fireplay. There we go. Okay, everything is sorted again. I am up to date. Lovely, lovely stuff. All right. Oh, what was that? Something happened. I don't know exactly. It looked like we were counting down, and then we went into a lobby. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe it was me misclicking some. I don't know. I didn't do much anyway. Let's hope it wasn't my fault. It would never be nice. Waiting for these two players to be ready. It looks like Fireplay is ready. Cuckoo. I'm not completely sure. Maybe he's waiting for me to take a drink myself. He's ready to. All right. I'm waiting for the commercial, so people don't see me drinking milk right from the carton, because that would just, you know, be disgusting, and I don't want to give people that mental image, visually, just mentally. That's what I'm trying to achieve here. All right, there we go. Alright. Some slime to help out the throat. Anyway. The top left side of the map, we have a blue Terran player managing to take that previous game what looked like quite convincingly. Will he be able to do it one more time and take himself into the winner's match versus Exo Striker? He is Cuckoo. I believe he is the Romanian player. In the bottom right side we have the red Terran player. He is the French. You know, sometimes actually, I believe previous week as well, he was casting with Miguel as well. Trying to help out over there. Very nice guy overall. I believe, I didn't really hear him say anything in French because I don't speak French. And so I have no idea what they would be saying. But anyway, he's doing a double Rex. He's the red Terran. Let's just introduce him. He is Fireplay. Fireplay. Alright. You know, Fireplay, it does kind of sound like a band name, doesn't it? Like some sort of a metal band. It's not a band name, honestly. Overall, you could do a lot worse. Like I did. You know, and then you just tuck with it, whatever you... Anyway. Really, Kosan, really? Alright, it is double Reaper time versus single Reaper time. And you know what, Fireplay definitely going to be in the driver's seat here, as he is going to have those two Reapers combining at the same time. Cuckoo in a little bit of trouble. Potentially, we're going to want to see a very quick reactor here on that barracks to come together with that factory. He wants to try and get those double Hellions out as quickly as possible. And that way he will be able to safeguard himself from the double Reaper play. I mean, the double Reaper play, it is pretty strong, or it can be pretty strong. Especially if you manage to kill off the first Reaper quite quickly. But overall, it still kind of gets countered by what Cuckoo is doing, right? Cuckoo is doing a very greedy thing. Fireplay is doing something that is a little bit less greedy, but also it's a little bit safer, because you're kind of safe against the proxy Reapers as well at the same time. But it's not as safe as the double gas opening. You know what is interesting, actually? We're only seeing 3 Reapers in total being created here by Fireplay. So probably didn't really expect Cuckoo to go for the single gas opening once again. And just adding in Marines in the composition this time around. So I just want to mention, guys, if you do have some questions for these guys, try to write them down. Try to think about them, right? Try to keep them in mind. Just already start thinking a little bit about questions, like what would you want to ask these guys, right? These young prodigies that for some reason just kind of have the DNA structure required, and you know, the patience and the efforts and the mentality as well to be really good at StarCraft 2. What would you like to know about these guys? Would you like to know their training regimens? Would you like to know whatever, hit me up with those questions, and we will be trying to put them into the winners interviews and get the information that you guys would like to know about these guys, and we would appreciate it also, of course. 2 Hellions, or 3 Hellions coming off the 2 Reapers here. So most of the scouting for also Fireplay is gonna go out the window here. Those Marines are still kind of stacked up on top of each other, but you know what, those Hellions too far apart to really make a shot happen there, and immediately being gunned down by the high number of Marines as a 3rd command center for Fireplay takes a foothold on the map. Cuckoo on the other side still playing a little bit more cautiously, wanting to get himself a few more defensive units before actually still committing to that 3rd command center. Now does it, even putting it further backwards, right? Maybe you straight, like if you do put it over here, there is of course always the possibility that a siege tank will siege up somewhere here and ruin your day. Happened to every Terran at one point. And it is awful if it happens, but yeah. Good luck fixing that situation up after that. Probably the right thing to say. Anyway, Cuckoo and Fireplay. You know what? I'm just trying to fill up time here. Either of these players are, well, they're just both kind of macroing up here, trying to get ready, trying not to die, basically. Kind of playing it safer. I think I like Cuckoo's position a little bit better, just because he's doing pretty much the same thing as Fireplay, but then he has map awareness, right? He has the map control. He has the watchtowers, he has the Hellions rotating around, he has a nice couple of units here on these edges. These 2 Ravens are going to be able to disable any type of medevac trying to come in there. Hopefully for him it's going to be just a single medevac, otherwise there might be a problem there. Or maybe just 2. But yeah, doing rather nice stuff here. On the other side, Fireplay though, you know what, his army, the army supply is only 2 points of difference. What can we say about Fireplay? What is the benefit for Fireplay here? He's getting +1 attack and armor. And he has Stim already, I suppose. I would like to see Combat Shield too. Right, there it is. Yeah, I guess he heard me. Okay. I guess that's what's happening positively for Fireplay. Getting the +1 armor quite a lot earlier. Also the +1 attack, getting that one quite earlier too. And that 3rd base, of course, being a lot quicker on the ground here. So we're seeing a bit more income there. The Aliens now realizing that there is a big attack coming along this side. Single Marine moving forward, trying to figure out where the siege tank line is, realizing, you know what, that is not a position I really want to mess with right now. Testing the waters. That single Marine, that's the worst job in the Terran army to have. I would like to imagine that the rest of the army just never even told them that they were running back again. Like, everybody just got the order to engage. And then all of them except for one, they told him like, okay, now just don't tell Bill, but we're not going to engage. So, and yeah, Bill, of course, always the guy that gets the short end of the stick there. You know what, I was saying Cuckoo had the map awareness, he had the map presence, but now kind of role reversal here. As Fireplay now has the watchtower. Not that much other, though, not much else. No Vikings rotating anywhere. No singular Marine, like even just a Marine like walking back and forth here. Maybe one over here. Absolutely brilliant. I guess he's just kind of waiting to take the bases here until he's going to put radar towers there as well. And other than that, I mean, he does have Marines in his main base. He does have a few Marines over here in his natural. So even if there was like a doom drop situation, it looks like he's going to be pretty well prepared. It's not completely necessary, right? Only if like every single unit of Cuckoo tries to come past there with the medevac doom drop, but it's very unlikely. What in the world? Fireplay! You know, I think he just realized the same thing as I did, and now he's got a belt of Marines past the middle of the map here, trying to secure absolutely everything. You know, a Cyclone in the middle, which is basically just a Marine in a bigger suit of armor. I'd be able to pick off a expand here, the fourth base, a little bit out in the open. Quickly having to lift up. Oh my dear lord. What? Yeah, that attack is going to get cleaned up. Fireplay attempting to take it out, but yeah, just not having the firepower there, unfortunately for him. But does kind of equalize the timing of that fourth base landing here, though. And this has to be repaired as well, so a little bit of extra effort for Cuckoo, of course. The tiniest of bits, but you know, yeah, every little bit matters in the game of StarCraft. Every tiny little thing adds to the whole of whether you're winning or losing the game. Okay, so no strange battlecruiser transitions so far to be spotted. Of course, we saw Cuckoo do that previously. This time around, Fireplay. Oh, you know what? Kind of doing the same thing as he was the previous time around. That's a very big stim, actually. Luckily, he does have a lot of energy on those medevacs, so he's gonna be okay. But yeah, seeing the medevac here now as well. Cuckoo very wisely cleaning it up, though. Oh my dear lord, did he? I don't think he did. Okay, I don't think he saw that one. Oh, he is kind of moving into this direction. Difficult, difficult. Oh, there's the fusion core. It might just be for Liberator range, though. We're gonna have to wait and see. 2 more starports being added. Oh, it could be. It could be. It could be another battlecruiser run, guys. Oh my dear lord, Cuckoo. Also adding in the fusion core here. Both of them want to use, make use of those flying units to break the sieging positioning here. No man's land has to be crossed in some way or fashion. Oh my! How are there only 2 Marine or SCVs dead so far? There we go. 14 now immediately afterwards. 1 short sentence and 18 extra SCVs die. You know what? That's a pretty good call. I didn't even really fully see those units coming in there. And yeah, quite a blow to the economy for Fireplay now. who is also, in fact, a base behind. He's still on full base. And Cuckoo now establishing his 5th. So, you know what, it might be working out for him. And let's see if he loses this base now. Very big anti-armor missile, but 5 siege tanks are going to be able to siege away. You know what, maybe got 6 siege tanks. Being able to siege away over here. Another run by, though, coming in straight ahead. A lot of Marines coming into that mineral line. Unfortunately for him, not that many Marines this time around. Really, oh my god, a siege tank on the high ground here, being able to make some magic happen. But you know what, he's still base ahead. Cuckoo here with this play, even when he did lose his own base here. He's going to be able to just kind of, oh my god, this is a really big fight. I'm not sure if Cuckoo has the numbers moving back into his siege tank line. Right, that should be enough, just barely, there we go. Keeping just a couple, smallest amount of Marines alive, but it is going to be enough for him to maneuver with the medevac into the closest of ranges with that siege tank. Okay, okay. Medevac drop here for Cuckoo. Yeah, it's still here, still being a potential threat. Fireplay realizing he has to take a different type of base. He's going to have to wait a little bit before he can recapture this. And now with the help of those siege tanks, he is finally going to be able to do so. It's, yeah, you know what? Those lovely red hills in the income advantage. Oh, looking a little bit blue. So we are seeing the upgrade advantage dissipate here. As they are going to get tied up. I suppose the weapons upgrade is the one difference here. Now, Cuckoo actually trying to make quite a decisive play. A lot of his Marines are sacrificing themselves to get a siege tank kill here. The Raven does get picked off. There's still 4 more siege tanks ready to fire, but most of the Marines of Cuckoo are taken out. So it's going to be quite difficult for them to really still push this area. As both of these players now are starting up the Viking production. Oh, a lot of the Marines a little bit misrallied there. A little bit too far forward. Being pulled into the siege tank line over fire play here. Another siege tank actually as well. A lot of units now kind of being sacrificed here. Not sure if that is what Cuckoo is actually doing, but that's a good way of describing it. Unfortunately for him, this base on the left side might have been a better target. There are no sensor towers, so potentially that could have been a little bit better with most of the army of fireplay there. And then again, most of the army of fireplay was there because of that situation. What happened to his fusion core? How did that get picked off? Right, this has to be for the Liberator range. I cannot imagine that being for anything else. Where did these SCVs die? What? Looks like it was here, right? I mean, there should be SCVs there. Anyway, there's more dying. Is he sending them into the front line? It must be, right? He's sending them at 22. That's, I mean, there's something like that. Maybe he's just sacrificed. I mean, he does have a lot of them. It could be that he's just running them into the siege tank line, trying to free up some more supply here. He does have a pretty good bank, so he doesn't completely need it. That's a lot of supply to just throw away here. He doesn't need it, though. He's 20 supply still behind an army. There we go. Cuckoo, can he hold off? Yeah, right. The Marines not under the protection of, well, Fireplace Marines not under the protection of those siege tanks. So we're seeing a big battle going into the favor for him right here in the middle of the map. The siege tanks, though, are quite battered up, and this, you know what, the sieging here for Fireplay is still quite a dangerous one. Oh, in come the Liberators, though, with the Vikings. Is it going to be enough? The Liberators jumping on the opportunity to try and take out some siege tanks here. Looks like 3 are going to go down. The Marines as well, or hot on the tail. In hot pursuit of these siege tanks and targeting them down. Beautifully done. Now we need the siege tanks off Cuckoo. They're not in siege either, so there might just be a big trade around of siege tanks here. But, alright, you know what? Fireplay tapping on out of there. Not feeling it anymore after losing those units there. And that was a long game. That was a long one. Cuckoo, unfortunately, well, full fire play is going to be the victor here. Cuckoo is. That's a weird way of saying it. I should say it in a better way. Cuckoo, congratulations to winning that one. That was some great play. Fire play, unfortunately for you, dropping out there into the loser match. He's not completely out of it yet, guys, but he's got a long road ahead of him. And potentially he's going to have to face Cuckoo once more. It's kind of quite the role reversal, actually. Alright, apparently Fireplay's thumb really hurt a lot during all of this, so that could be a reason why he wasn't playing up to his own standard, of course, already. If you're feeling like you're not playing up to your own capabilities, already that on its own, right? Just that mindset already, especially if you're not that used to tournaments and of that sorts, with the added overall adrenaline and kind of excitement for being in a tournament like this. You know what, it can kind of backfire here, and you know what, we'll just hope that Fireplay will be able to recover a little bit in the short amount of time that he has until he starts to face off against Baby Marine, who is waiting for him, of course, in that loser match. Now, first, before we go over there, we will be facing, or well, I guess we will be facing against the face of Exo Striker and Cuckoo. Can Cuckoo do a better job than Baby Marine is kind of what it comes down to. Hopefully for Cuckoo, he was watching the stream as well. He saw kind of what Exo Striker, his plan was for today. My throat just collapsed. I need a drink. One sec. Unfortunately, this is... You know what? Just gonna do it here. Lovely. Alright, there we go. That's better. Anyway, what was I saying? Something about StarCraft. Have you seen my new I want to say jersey, but it's not really a jersey. It's more so like a team hoodie / jersey in a way. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. You know what we could talk about, in fact, and let me grab that stuff right here. Oh, wow, that's bright. Anyway, it's too much white on my skin. I need to get outside more often. We have a couple of things to show you guys, of course. We have the Macherino stuff over here. We already filled out the entirety of the coupon code, but you know what, there's still other ways if you do want to contribute. It's right over here. You can buy yourself some sweet gear, right? I mean, those hoodies, they look pretty badass. This is a different one than I have though, so if you want to, you know what, be twinsies, you're gonna have to look through the other store for a moment. Anyway, we also have a Patreon for the Alpha X Junior Championships. So yeah, it's 15 and under. I always say 15 and under, and it's also, of course, under 16 years old. So kind of the same thing in a way. My way is just a little bit more elaborate and difficult, I suppose to say. Anyway. Yeah, if you do feel like, you know what, you want to see more of these types of tournaments in the future, this is the way to do it. We already have 3 lovely people helping us out here. Thank you so much. We very much appreciate it. And yeah, you know what, it would be absolutely amazing if we could do this more often in the future. And we would very much appreciate every little bit of help. There you go. Of course, if you just want to kind of support this one round of tournaments in particular, the Macherino is the place to be. If you want to help out the tournament overall and see more of it in the future, then the Patreon probably the better choice there. Even a buck a month. The price for half a cup of coffee every month. And it would be helping us out quite a bit. And you know what? You would be getting replays as well. You would be getting lovely replays if you want. we could be sending those to you. I feel like we can maybe potentially come up with a few other sort of incentives as well, maybe in the future, and enlarging our offering on that Patreon page, kind of as things that we can offer to people that do help out a lot. It's a difficult one, isn't it? You know what would be cool as well, in a way? I'm not sure if this is a thing in Patreon, but if there was some sort of a way where if you are a longer term period supporter, right? I mean, it's cool if you're a just 1 month already, it's already cool. But then if you're somebody that has done that for multiple months already, it feels like you know what, if you would be able to unlock a certain type of reward in that way as well, right? For being a supporter for this amount of time or this amount of money, who knows? If you support it for such a period, you know, I feel like that is something maybe to look into, because I'm sure there is stuff that could happen there. Anyway, like, I don't know, some sort of a coaching lesson, or just a short talk from one of the with one of the players or something. I don't know. Maybe getting to co-cast if you really want to on the stream for a game or two. I don't know. Just thinking out loud. Anyway, I'm not sure if even people would appreciate that, especially if I'm here. That would be rather sad. They wouldn't be able to say anything because I'm just here, non-stop talking, and I can mute them. They can't mute me. That's the problem there. Oh, you know what? That's just kind of what happens to my co-casters. They don't realize it sounds like I'm just letting them talk, but in fact, I'm just muting every... No, I don't. Canuck is in the channel. Sometimes I cast with him as well. It would be funny though if I just mute myself in Discord and then mute them as well in Discord and just do a solo cast, pretend like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one that finds this funny. Anyway, Cuckoo did require a little bit of a break here. I'm not sure exactly why. Potentially just a toilet break. He didn't really say what he was doing, but he said it's for a minute, so something like that could be the thing. Could be the thing. You know what? He's ready. He's ready. You see? That's how quick things go sometimes. That's how quick things go. Just trying to come up. I know that next week I'm doing some... Oh my god, that is bright, isn't it? Let me see actually what we have upcoming as well. I saw that there was an Alpha Pro series going on as well, but you know what? Unfortunately, I wasn't able to cast that one, as we did have this coming up as well. And they were kind of overlapping in a way, or potentially going to overlap, so that is why I kind of stepped out of that one and let somebody else take the reins there. Anyway, here we go! Here we go! Let's start off with this one, because I already have this information right here next to me. It's the 15-year-old Romanian Terran player representing Revive Uprise, if that is still his team. You know what? I'm worried here. It says KOSX. It might not be up to date anymore, but yeah, Revive Uprise used to be his team. Anyway, his big brother showed him StarCraft 2 in January of 2018, and pretty much instantly became a master player as soon as he picked up the game. It is crazy. Anyway, he's a very talented player, and still a lot of room to grow, I suppose, if you can get masters in that time period. He plays... How much does he play again? I think it says that somewhere here. I don't think it actually does anymore because I can't find it. Anyway, he's the Red Terran. He is a Cuckoo. In the bottom right, we have the Protoss. One of the more feared players here. The yellow Protoss in the bottom right. He is from Alpha X. And Russia as well. Look at that. He is Exo Striker. Let me quickly grab those informations as well. That's Baby Marina, that's the wrong one. Extra Striker is 14 years old. He started playing StarCraft 2 when he was 8 years old, so that's a good 6 years of experience already. To be fair, you know, that's quite a lot of time, but you know, I'm not sure how serious you can take it at the age of 8, and the more serious you take it, of course, the quicker you will be able to improve in this game. But anyway, you know what, he's definitely been able to get to a very, very scary point here. Playing 2 to 3 hours a day does Exo Striker. And having very impressive results, taking out quite a couple of more veteranized players than him, such as Vindicta and Rodzin. His superiors in a way, right? His senpais being put to the test by trying to fight him off, and you know what? Exo Striker being able to beat some of them back. Cuckoo, on the other hand, also very scary opponents here. Getting a couple of good wins. I think we did have something about that, didn't he? Yeah, he won 8 Alpha X arenas in a row. And even managing to beat the previous champion as well. Which was Ghosty, I believe. Of the Junior Cup #1. He didn't win the entire Junior Cup, unfortunately, of course. But he did beat the champion in one of the arenas, I believe. But yeah, there you go. So he's a very, very scary opponent. Definitely worth to keep our eyes on, see what happens with him. He's proxying a starport. Now, that is not something you see every day. And yeah, that's right. I said starport. That's not a mispronunciation. It's not me being confused about anything. That is not a Stargate, I'm trying to say. It's in fact a starport being proxied. You'd think that a starport, since seeing how it can fly and seeing how it, you know, doesn't require a pylon to be made, would be the structure that we see proxied more often. Is it though? No, never. It really isn't. I'm not sure what that says, but it is kind of interesting to think about, actually. Huh, I've never really thought about it. This Oracle's doing a lot more than it should. Killing off a mule, killing off an SCV. Another SCV going down. So that's 3 SCVs and a mule. Oh, I see now. Ooh, that was... Okay, no, it's fine. It's fine. It's not going to be able to see this. It's a medevac. The Hellions are coming. Exo Striker did see those Hellions, so he should be able to guess that something is happening in that sense. He might just be trying to position himself on the ramp, though. Trying to keep them out. But, in fact, of course, those Hellions are being dropped in the main base. They are going completely unscouted so far. He's pushing in again with those Phoenixes, and the Oracle's completely on the wrong side. In come the Hellions. Fire it up. There we go. The probes on the barbecue. Completely open to the Australian wildfires here. It's too early for those jokes, I suppose. But that is a lot of probe kills. Look at that. 15 going down. If only if we actually did have an Australian Terran. That would be kind of funny. And following it up with Cloaked Banshees, in fact, against the Stargate opening from Exo Striker. Very, very brave, actually, with those Phoenixes already out on the map, patrolling pretty much everywhere, but continuously being used on the opposite side, trying to figure out what his opponent is up to, but giving Cuckoo the opportunity to take advantage of that situation by having the medevac and the Banshees already on the other side of the map, then being proxied here. It is working out very, very well in his favor. And Exo Strike is none the wiser so far. He's still rotating around, trying to find out in this base if there is anything else happening. But you know what? He has to start to figure out that there is, in fact, no star pulls here on the side of Cuckoo's, well, base, basically. And this time around, he is putting some units already prepped. Trying not to let that happen again. He does have an observer. The observer potentially could actually... Okay, there we go. Now he scouts it. Sees it with the Phoenix here. And immediately, though, the Banshee still requires 10 seconds before the cloak finishes. Oh, it's not going to be in time. Absolutely devastating timing there for Cuckoo. Isn't going to be able to make use of that, unfortunately for him. Very unfortunate. Was just waiting a little bit, and Exo Striker managing to find his opening there. That's a lot of SCVs actually. A lot of boys being pulled here. Those two siege tanks sieging up first. One of them. The second one trying to get a little bit closer. Bunkers are being thrown down here as well, but you know what, things are looking rather dicey. The SCV's not really getting on top of the first siege tank. The Cyclone making life difficult actually, in fact. The second Cyclone also being targeted down. Those SCVs, they are not doing the greatest just yet, but they are gonna try to sacrifice themselves in the name of the Terran Republic as a way to redeem themselves. There is one Colossus now out on the field. Need the siege tanks and the Banshee to target that one down. The siege tank targeting the Stalkers so far. A lot of the workers are dying here for both of these guys who have been putting it. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Please kill that off at one point. There you go. Okay, now more weapons are taking place. The SCVs are still trying to repair these siege tanks, and that did give that one siege tank one extra shot. You know what? That did kill those two extra Stalkers. More probes are being pulled off the line here. Cuckoo, he did put a lot of resources into this push, though. He definitely wants to try and make something work. More Stalkers being warped in, trying to combat the, growing number of Banshees here. As the army units of Cuckoo are marching across the map still. No! He retreats, going back for another time, another attempt. As these Banshees need to pick that fight here. Oh, you know what? Actually, they're coming in right now. Together with more siege tanks and a couple of Marines, but you know what? It's not going to be enough here, unfortunately. Those units are going to all get picked off. Oh my dear lord. Oh, that one siege tank shot. Getting 4 Stalker kills. That's mental. Alright. That's why you spread out your Stalkers just ever so slightly. Just to kind of keep that from happening there. Imagine 3 more Stalkers with this army. And then if he had split them up a little bit sooner as well, he wouldn't have taken that much damage on them either. So 3 more healthy Stalkers. Definitely, suddenly you're in a position where you're like, you know what, I am feeling very confident about just moving across the map here. I say just moving right after I say the importance of splitting. I realize this. It's a Protoss thing too. It definitely helps. Terrans aren't the only ones. I wonder. This is interesting, isn't it? 3 other SCVs overseeing the production of the supply depot here, just making sure. There's a pronunciation where in Dutch that is basically the best sailors are always on the coastline. Kind of felt like that. 3 SCVs not really doing anything, but giving a lot of commentary on the process of the supply depot being created there. The belt of vision has been made once again. I like that it's on the right side here, giving Exo Striker the opportunity to just have his army on the left side, basically over here. Going to be able to rotate quite quickly between these 3 points of contention here. Just wants to keep a little bit of an eye out. Oh my dear lord, that is a lot of SCVs. Deja vu, in fact. We're going to say it one more time. That is a incredible amount of SCVs. That is all the SCVs available here. Cuckoo going for one last final desperation push. The siege tanks, they are getting the opportunity to siege up here. That is very massive. Pretty good splitting so far from the Terran, and the Terran is jumping right on top of the Protoss. You know what? I think it's gonna work out this time around. He's definitely gonna kill off the 3rd base. Oh my dear lord, those siege tanks need to get a little bit closer. Needs to get on top of it. Oh, he cannot afford this biome not being on top of the siege tanks here. Actually, oh, that just immediately evaporated most of the Terran units. The disruptor shot, 35 workers gone. Alright, Mr. Exo Striker. Can he still turn this around? I mean, it's gonna be close to sure. There's still a lot of siege tanks. He still has a lot of probes, but you know what, with just 2 more of those disruptor shots, it should be doable. There's not a lot of healing here remaining. The siege tanks finally firing a little bit there as well in the back with zealots marching in. Alright, there is the disruptor shot. It looks like Cuckoo is a little bit more prepared now, ready to try and anticipate that those disruptor balls. He's on the clock though, he needs to make this happen. He cannot afford more warping cycles here. He needs to get on top of the production. He wants to disable it. He wants to disable these pylons and stop more warpings from occurring, because that is the one ticket in here for Exostrike. And you know what, I think he's bought enough time. He should be able to clean this up. Seeing the HP bars of the infantry here. Only a single siege tank remaining. In come the bioforces. This is gonna be very, very clutch. He has to kill absolutely all the probes. Or he's just gonna have to tap on out of here. Another warp-in or zealots. Killing off the Nexus, not maybe the main priority here just yet, but more and more zealots being warped in. And yeah, there is just no more room for error here for Cuckoo, as you know what, that is gonna be it. Unfortunately for him, not really finding the damage that he needed to, not pushing into the Protoss base here in time. I definitely felt like he had the opportunity, he had the momentum, just playing it a little bit too safe, getting a little bit caught off guard by that one disruptor there, I'd say. And losing his momentum, pushing inwards there, and not getting on top of the production in time, unfortunately. That was very close though. Cuckoo definitely, you know what, probably finding one of the better opportunities for him to still win that game after, well, to be fair, he did a lot of damage with those Hellions. The follow-up attack with the siege tanks and the SCVs probably... maybe a little bit of a push where he thought like, alright, I'm so far ahead, I just gotta push in here now with a very strong force. Maybe that was just a little bit too quick. Maybe the timing of that was just a little bit off. Maybe if he waited a little slightly bit longer, get 1 or 2 more tanks, a few more Marines, Marauders. Maybe that would have been more beneficial. It's hard for me to say. It's one of those games where I'm like, you know what, we might have to see the replay for that one to try and really figure out where it absolutely fell apart there for Cuckoo. And where Exostriker just managed to turn it all around. Definitely very interesting. But yeah, that means that Exostriker managing to take another 1-0 lead against another Terran opponent. Is he going to be able to clear it out at one more time? And you know what, I'm a little bit worried. Not going to lie. I mean... that was a really good position here for Cuckoo, where he did, in fact, kill off a lot of probes. He was in a good position. And he couldn't do it. He couldn't tie the noose. He couldn't get his opponents to fully capitulate. Very unfortunate. Cuckoo requires 1 second of time. Becoming less and less time that he requires in between games. Not only is he getting quicker with StarCraft 2, he's getting quicker with going to the toilet as well. It's funny that he said go first and then it's like 1 sec. Wait a moment. Ah well. That was a really cool game though. The SCV pools, it does add a lot of excitement for me in the game of StarCraft 2. It's one of those things where it just brings me back to the first time where I saw somebody just pool all his workers to try and make a push work, because it's already an all-in. And it never really, you know, clicked in a way for me at that time period before, where it's like, right, it's already an all-in. He doesn't really require economy anymore, does he? He can just throw all those units in as a meat shield. Wow, that's pretty cool. I never thought about that. You know, it's one of those tiny things that if you are teaching StarCraft 2 to somebody new, that's one of those things where it's like such an eye-opener in a way, right? Anyway, in the bottom right, we have the 15-year-old Romanian. His last year, where he will be able to participate in the Alpha X Junior Championships. He is Cuckoo. Potentially representing Revive Uprise or KOSX. Whatever that might be. Anyway. His opponent right here in the top left side, we have the yellow Ro8 player. He is from Russia. He is 14 years old. And he's playing for Alpha X. He is Exo Striker. Lovely. Lovely. Alright, a barracks here being proxy. There's just a single barracks. The second barracks being placed here, and you know what, Exo Strike should be aware that this is a little bit mistimed. Just ever so slightly. Will he notice though? He is in fact immediately sending a probe down. I'm not sure if he does actually. This is a probe for a expand, but will it matter too much? I'm not completely convinced actually. And attack lab. Now this is becoming a lot more of a committal for Cuckoo here. Wait, Cuckoo left? Oh, yeah, apparently. Yeah, I'm just reading the card, Sarek. Sarek. Don't put me on the spot. Please. He's waiting for that command center to be thrown down. He's not seeing it, though. That is a bit worrisome. That is, in fact, a little bit worrisome for Exo Striker. What's his plan here? What's he gonna do? He's adding on shield batteries. That's a good call. Definitely shield batteries might be something that actually will help in this defensive situation. Two Marines marching across the map together with a SCV, or actually make that two. Two SCVs now. The two Marauders with concussive shell are gonna come in. The shield battery is gonna finish up just in the nick of time. It's still going to be enough though with the pooled probes here as well. There we go. Alright, let's see what will happen in this situation. Are we going to see a bunker? Yeah, we will. There it is. One Marauder already dangerously close. Nice pull backwards here. One Marine does fall so far. The bunker getting closer and closer to finishing up. Only two probes so far falling. And without any further command center behind this is quite a committal. Of course, you know what, without any other stalkers here left, these Marauders should be able to clean this up rather nicely. More probes are being pulled, and in come the stutter step micro. No more SCVs have been pulled, so this bunker unfortunately will not finish, but it's still there to kind of help out with the micro for the Terran here, and a way for him to move backwards. Killing off quite a lot of probes so far. 10 probes do fall. Another Stalker is in the visor of these Marauders and Marines. Oh my god, the one Marauder barely does fall. Very clutch. Wants to take down that pylon right now. One more SCV. There he is. Okay, another SCV coming in. Getting this bunker would be a very big boon to Cuckoo. We'll be able to push any hurt units back into that bunker. The Immortal is here. And that is the moment in time where he definitely wants to make use of that bunker fully and as much as possible. More Marauders are coming in. Right, just putting Marines in the bunker. They are gonna get that added on range. Adding in the Marauder now as well. Okay, come on. Needs to take out the Immortal. The Immortal is slow. He's getting right on top of it. It's getting rather close. And this is looking like more and more of a snowball occurring here for Exo Striker. It was very close, but you know what? I think this might be it. I think that might be the tipping point. Losing that Immortal there. Oh, but a second Immortal does make his way out just in the nick of time here. With those probes just, you know what, buying a lot of time. There's no more shield batteries though, and again, another Immortal falls. Okay, yeah, he does. And GG is called. There we go. Very, very well played. Very well played. So, Cuckoo. It's difficult for me to say, because these players do not have Liquipedia pages yet. So I'm going off the information of what we put on Twitter. So if you want to see yourself as well, head on over to the Alpha X Twitter and go back in time for quite a while. And you will see the overall lovely little bits of text where there's a little bit of a story of how these players came to be. All right. Anyway. Okay. That means it's 1-1. 1-1. Will Cuckoo be able to do that one more time? Because that will mean that he's going to be the first person to advance. Of course, remember, guys, we're going to do an interview with whoever wins this match. So get ready with your questions. Please put in some efforts. Come up with a question. And we'll be asking them. Nothing too weird, though, guys. That is my job already, to make things weird, alright? Just keep it regular. Keep it on the down low. Just keep it fresh. And keep it cool. I appreciate it. You know what, Zarek? We might as well ask him that, right? What's been his team so far? That's a good question, Zarek. Thank you for your contribution here. Looks like we are waiting for, I believe it is Cuckoo to accept one more time. I'm just already in Cuckoo mode, asking Cuckoo questions. Exo Striker as well, though. I'm wondering if he's going to be able to push this one through. He's from Russia. I'm not even sure how great his English is. I mean, if I was from Russia, I'm not sure how good my English would be, honestly. Especially at the age of 14. It would be rough for me, honestly. Not gonna lie. At the age of 14, even in the Netherlands, right? Where nothing really gets translated into Dutch. I still kind of struggled, I believe, at that age with English. Maybe not that much, actually. It's hard for me to say. Maybe I was on an alright level. Decent, reasonable. But then, like, it's mostly because, you know, most of our media, most of everything that we have doesn't really get translated. Because the Dutch market isn't big enough to really always financially make the decision that you want to have everything translated for the Dutch market. So it's kind of an interesting thing, right? Also a reason why a lot of French people and German people... I believe, maybe I'm just peeking out of the my back pockets here, but anyway, I'm more curious about this stream. He's been putting a lot of effort into it. Seems to be doing pretty well too. Yeah. I'm not sure what I said anymore, that which made that for a response, but thank you very much for being interested in this stream. 60 seconds ago is such a long time. So yeah, Exo Striker is from Russia. There you go. And yeah, the Russian market's obviously very big. A lot of people are there. And why did my... Oh, okay, we're working again. So yeah, a very big market. Not a lot of people... will be having a lot of English products there because a lot of it will be made in England. So it's Russia versus Romania. Yeah, pretty much. Interesting, huh? All is good in the world of esports. We're just gonna forget about the real life politics and everything. Pretend everything is fine. If only real life troubles could be just settled with a match of StarCraft. Guys, think of how great the world would be. Yeah. It would be probably utter chaos. As everybody's trying to get more Koreans in their country. Because that would mean that governments would have more say on the world stage. Interestingly enough. Yeah, it wouldn't be good, would it? Anyway, let's take a look. This is going to be game number 3 between Cuckoo and Exo Striker. The first series actually of today, I believe, that does go to game number 3, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Yeah, I think so. Interesting. So yeah, both these winners. Cuckoo did have to dig pretty deep in the bag of shenanigans, though, to make this happen. You were talking about asking about Cuckoo's team. I think asking about his stream is more interesting. Ah, okay. You know what? I misread his stream with this stream as well. So, you know, it just shows how self-absorbed I am as well. I like myself a lot. Like myself a lot. After what he hosted him, it got a lot of attention. Yeah, I mean, I think he deserves it. Honestly, look at the amount of well, stuff he's doing in these matches right here. It is quite impressive, and let's see if he can keep that ball rolling. Will he be able to move onwards into the playoffs? Same question goes, of course, for our Alpha X player in the bottom left side, the yellow Protoss. Already one of the more feared one by his opponents. He is Exo Striker. In the top right, we have the red Terran. He is from, well, Romania. And he is Cuckoo. This time around, building his barracks not as far proxied as the previous time around. There is a sneaky SCV though running around. I'm not sure if that is also for something sneaky. He might just be scouting around with this one. He's gonna show it right here, right now. So you know what? Yeah, it does look like just a regular scout. But still though, I mean, especially with the double gas, that is kind of interesting here. Interesting choice, Cuckoo. Doing a little bit of a mind game here, I would definitely say. Perhaps this second SCV is still going to go for another proxy somewhere else. This is very interesting indeed. This has got to put the fear of God into Exo Striker here. And Cuckoo, you know what? With this mineral count, I am expecting a command center here. Okay, there we go. Exo Striker sees the barracks. He's not going to go for the block here. He's just going to try to get that... well, adjustments as quickly as possible, because he did get himself a second gas, he did get himself a zealot, and now his expansion is just quite far behind, so his opening is just all out of whack right now. He's trying to improvise a little bit here, and oh yeah, Cuckoo is just going on his regular tempo. Just his barracks is a little bit in an awkward position compared to where he's usually has it. So, you know what, a very good start here for Cuckoo. The slightest of things can do quite a bit. You have no questions about this stream, you already... No, thank you, Sarek. So, thank you. Alright, so there is the second gas. Still though, what should we ask about his stream? That is still the question I would like to know. What specifically? His ambitions with the stream, or his streaming schedule, you think we should ask? I'm not sure. Anyway, here we have it. Orbital already on the way before the first Nexus is even done right here. Something you don't see every day. It's very interesting that he also still went with the double gas here. Not really seeing why that was the case just yet. He does have quite a bit of gas stockpiled here, so the build overall, maybe it was still to put a little bit of extra fear in Exo Striker. A little bit of an extra bit of mind game, but then he did start mining for the gas quite quickly here as well. Kind of expect... Okay, there's the tech lab. So there it is. There's our answer. He is going to go for the Banshee. Yeah. As a follow-up. And maneuver the... oh, wait. No, this could actually be Raven, too. It could be. Could be. Could be. No, it's Banshee. Okay. Just wanted all my bases covered. Disruptors are going to be the choice here for Exo Striker, and he's going to make it happen with a War Prism as well. Some lovely shenanigans can take place in that sense. The Hellions trying to run by into the base and finding out that there's a lot of Stalkers there. They're going to have to make do with just killing of a Zealot here. A Zealot very eager to jump on top of the units there, but fortunately for him, just not quick enough. Not as quick as a Hellion. Especially without that charge, of course. And here we go. That is the first Banshee on the way. Banshee versus Disruptor drop. Who will get the more kills? I mean, there's no observers yet, right? Oh wait, no. Actually, it's right here. There's 2 observers. Right, okay. I'm a goofball. It's kind of interesting that the observer did go for the regular place where you would find attack. Oh my dear lord, 6 workers. Now he's like, oh, run away, run away. Wait, never mind. The threat has dissipated. Alright, so a good solid start here. 6 workers. Cuckoo's gonna have to attempt, well, get around that same number, I would say. Losing his Hellions here in the middle as well, though. Not the greatest right now. Only getting 2 kills so far. Wants to maneuver that, well, the Banshee out of here, I would say, pretty soon. There must be an observer coming in close now, right? I'm assuming that there is. Where are these observers? There's 3 of them out on the field. There's one here, there's one here. They're still not close enough. This is enough stocks to one-shot this as well, especially, well, oh my dear lord. I say one-shot, but I know what I mean. Kill the thing. There's 6 more works going down as well, actually. Not sure how quickly that was. Where is the War Prism? The War Prism did get taken out. Okay, so it did fall with the Disruptor. But it did kill 12 workers in total, so not too shabby, I have to say. 12 workers, and of course also killing off the Banshee here, while only losing 3 workers of his own. So, you know what, I'd say that is quite a nice position for Exo Striker to be in. Especially because he does have that 3rd base, and you know what? This is going to be rough for Cuckoo. I think he's just going to attempt some sort of a 2 base attack here. That's just going to have to do some sort of damage. Another Banshee coming in, managing to get 2 kills here, but another shield battery about to be ready in the main base. Going to be able to mitigate most of the damage that can be dealt here. 1 more worker killed, and that's where that ship ends. You know what? Never mind, that 1 probe was a little bit suicidal here, apparently. And, yeah, unfortunately... What? What happened there? What? Okay. I guess he was busy elsewhere. That's a very lucky Banshee. You know what? That Banshee was so lucky, he couldn't even believe it himself. Attempting to get some more kills here. That shield battery is just a little bit too far away from the probes. So it looks like 2 more workers do go down, and you know, that's pretty good. That's pretty good indeed. Alright, in comes the attack. There's no SCVs pulled this time around, but there's no 3rd base on the way yet either. So still, this is quite a big committal. Widow Mines into the medevac. That is interesting. He's just underneath an observer. That is such a pain for Cuckoo. That he doesn't have a clue that this is the case, of course. So Exo Striker can see every little maneuver, and Cuckoo is just trying to find an opportunity here. Big stim coming in, but you know what? Those Colossi are being rather dangerous, and yeah, that is just not what you want to see as a Terran player. And his entire army falling down, not having the right, well, army composition, I'd say. It was a reasonable place to fight, I suppose. Maybe he could have tried to split up his forces a little bit more proficiently against the Colossus, but it is quite dangerous, of course. It is incredibly difficult to do. Alright, now trying to come in here with a full Widowmine drop, as he is under threat of getting dealt quite a bit of damage as well. 4 Widowmines burrowing at the same time here. You know what? Those are pretty reasonable connections. And he gets out of there as well. 13 probes do go down, but I mean, he's gonna need more than that. Exo Striker already has that 4th base on the way here. Cuckoo finally seeing one of those observers here. Extra striker maneuvering the other one around. Don't worry about it, he didn't see that one yet. Oh, he may have seen it now. Okay, charge on the way. Extra striker realizing that there's no third base, not seeing a reason to really, well, try to end it right here, right now. He is still ahead on the macro game. He still is kind of in the driver's seat position. His Widow Mines, though, are kind of something that make it more difficult for him, and he's just going to go for it. These Disruptor shots, very dangerous. Forcing out a stim, forcing the SCVs to be pulled, and just moving back here. You know what? I really like it. I am really liking these plays by Extra Striker. I'm seeing a flank being set up here by Cuckoo. Is it going to be a flank? Yeah, okay, it is. Oh, that's an unfortunate passing for the medevac there. More Marauders and Marines. Oh, I'm looking at that second base. You know what? I'm not sure. Cuckoo. The flank is completely desynchronized. All the SCVs are being pulled. The Disruptor shot not hitting anything though. In come the flank. Might be able to pick some useful units off here. More Widow Mines being dropped right on top of the army. This is the final stand for Cuckoo. Can he make it happen? Did Extra Striker overextend? I don't think he did. These might be the final moments for Cuckoo in the winners match, and Extra Striker will be our victor here. It looks like, as 28 SCVs did fall, and everything kind of dies here. That is red, unfortunately. So yeah, there we go. There you have it, guys. Extra Striker on the full base economy. GG is called, and a very, very well played match there by both these players, of course. Extra Striker being the one that is victorious overall. So well played by him. Very well played by him. He's going to be the first person that moves onwards. I'm going to jump right into the interview thingamajig. I'm pretty sure we're going to do interviews here. If not, we'll figure it out. Anyway, here we go.
Ou ce sera en anglais, non?
Hello, hello.
Hello. Just waiting for Exo Striker.
All right, all right.
Hello.
What a game.
Oh, he's here. Okay, Exo Striker, well, congrats for. It was not that easy. You actually lost a map to Cuckoo in the game 2 here in the winners finals. But well, at the end you still qualify for second season in a row in the playoff of the junior championship. How do you feel?
I feel pretty good. I mean, my group was pretty easy for real. Like 3 Terrans and pretty much my best matchup. So I haven't really prepared for real. I thought
Okay.
I would win it anyway. Yes. But anyway, I'm gonna face Ghosty one more time here in
Yep,
playoffs.
yeah, Ghosty in the semifinal. How do you feel to play against Ghosty?
Well, I lost him last season. Yeah. Well, I think I can revenge. I can win with him right now, as my PVZ grew up that time a little bit at least. But we'll see next week. Anyway.
Okay. Yeah, I'm actually wondering, would you have preferred playing against Myrtio?
Again, please.
Would you have preferred being second of the group and confront the Terran Myrtio in the playoff?
It would be nice. Yeah, Mertiva is a bit easier than Ghosty, in my opinion, but I don't think that it was good
Oh yeah.
for tournament at all.
Yeah.
So
Okay, Kozan, do you have any question?
You mentioned that you didn't really prepare for the matches today. So how did you prepare? Did you prepare at all, or did you just kind of play your regular games? Or
last like maybe 4, maybe 5, maybe 3 days, I was just playing Witcher 3.
Okay.
for like 6 hours a day.
Right.
And
okay. It's a good game, I hear. So
I also read in the book right now. Yeah. So yeah. Okay.
I think that's still enough time, or at least a little enough time that you didn't really slack off too much. Perhaps as long as you have the other practice. I'm sure you put in a lot of hours previously.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So let me see here, Ghosty. Do you feel are you happy that you're gonna have another best of 5 instead of a best of 7 against Ghosty? Do you have any thoughts on that?
I'm not happy.
Yeah.
I think Ghosty's style, like his pushes, his all-ins, sometimes are working better in best of 5 instead of best of 7. So it would be better if I played him in best of 7 series.
Okay.
But anyway, it's okay. Right now, I'm gonna prepare.
Okay. That sounds good. That sounds positive.
Okay.
Also,
I have another
Yeah.
question. You said
Sorry.
What?
when you made the biography of you as a striker, you said you was eager to you were eager to win the tournament, right? So how do you feel now? You saw Myrtio and Ghosty play in the Group A. Do you feel confident winning the tournament at the end?
Well, I already said I'm gonna prepare. Maybe a lot. Maybe not so a lot. But I hope at least I'm gonna win Ghosty. Really wanna win him.
Does it depend on how quickly you manage to beat Witcher?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I already did chapter 3 or chapter 4. I don't know. So
Fair enough.
maybe.
Also, a question from my chat came about. You know what? People are kind of interested in your stream. It sounds like you're streaming a lot more. You got a recent host from Ro8, and you've been getting a lot of attention. Anything you want to mention about that?
What did you say once again, please?
There was a question about your stream as well from chat.
I wasn't hosted by Ro8.
Yeah, I think your
Wait,
viewers.
I'm
It
sorry.
was about Cuckoo. It was about.
Yeah.
It was. I'm sorry. I'm
But you
idiotic.
actually stream.
Anyway, I'm streaming sometimes.
What do you want to say
a
about your
week.
stream?
Yeah, maybe once a week in Russian, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
But welcome everyone. 120 viewers. Wow, on English stream. Hello everyone.
Anyway.
That's a lot. Quartis, you had question too.
One tiny detail about the game you lost. Actually, I wondered. He did a proxy Rax against you, and then a Rax in his main. And I wondered, did you saw that the second Rax was late, or is it like almost a tiny seconds?
Well, obviously he didn't build his second base, obviously, and also his barrack and main was pretty late. I should put one more gate and just build stalkers, and of course I should build one more shield battery. But I thought that robotics also could work. Well, it's not. It didn't. Anyway, pretty interesting build
So you
from
saw
Coco.
that. Awesome. Nice.
Yes,
Thanks.
yeah, I did.
It almost worked. It almost did, honestly.
Yeah.
Do you have a
Anyway.
bet on could win Cuckoo against Baby Marine? Now you played against both.
As I know, Baby Marine has a bit higher MMR, like his 5.3 around it. But Kuka showed really interesting builds, and I think he prepared a lot, maybe. So I'm not sure, but I think Baby Marine will take it. Will win.
Okay. Okay, wait. Well, Kozan?
Oh, you dropped out there for a moment. What did you say?
You're dropping out.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I said I have no more question. Do you?
No, I'm good. I think we had a good, lovely talk. Congratulations to you, Mr. Exo Striker.
Thank you.
Very well played, and looking forward to seeing you play some more in the playoffs.
Yeah. Do you have maybe a last word you want to say to you? We have a lot of today. Any last word, message for someone? I don't know.
I'm not sure. Okay, of course, thank you everyone for cheering for me, if someone did.
We all did.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
excited to show nice performance in playoffs.
Yeah, well, we look forward to it. So see you next week.
Yeah,
Congrats. Congrats again.
thank you. Okay,
Bye.
goodbye.
Bye-bye. Alright, awesome stuff. Hearing it from Extra Striker himself. Honestly, I was so prepared to ask your questions, Eric, and then I completely mixed two people up. I thought I was on the ball, and then the ball was just somewhere over there, and I was sitting on a square. I don't know how else to call that, but I confused like a triangle for being on the ball. That's like I was on a pyramid or something. I don't even. Anyway. Some sort of cone-shaped thing. Anyway, that means we're gonna be going into the loser match between, of course, Baby Marine and Fireplay. Wait, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. Afterwards, we will be seeing Mr. Cuckoo trying to take his rematch between whoever takes that one. Exo, Danatori being very excited as well. Yeah, they're doing their videos right now. Wait a moment. Wait, I think I'm confusing myself here even further. We still need to see Fireplay versus Cuckoo, right? No? No, wait, I'm sorry. Baby Marine versus Fireplay. Or did maybe Fireplay did actually... Because he did injure his thumb, of course. Maybe that is something that happened here. I think I did. Alright, I think I'm just not in the loop here. That might be the case. I mean, he did mention that he would apologize for his play and he apologized for his thumb, so... Alright, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the case. Alright. I'm not losing it that much just yet. Sometimes... Yeah, alright. Alright, so that's a bit unfortunate. Having Fireplay giving... you know what? Not really throwing in the towel there, but more so just kind of looking out for his thumb. He injured it because of basketball, apparently. So, you know what? Also very important to do. Physical sports, guys. Also, you know, something you can do at 24-hour fitness if you feel like it. Nothing in particular. We are sponsored by them, of course, so if you want to help out. Anyway, while we're in between the match, let me just show you guys a lovely thing that is available. Oh, I need to accept a lobby invite, though, at the same time. You know what? We have a very bright screen over here. Which is the Matcherino. If you want to help us with the prize pool for this one, this is the way to do it. There's all sorts of lovely stuff that you can, of course, acquire, such as some lovely Alpha X gear. There's even a caster tip jar if you want to support the old guy looking at the youngsters and talking about them. Anyway, that's a possibility. And if you just want to support the tournament overall as a whole, this is probably your best bet, and just kind of get the Patreon going, guys. We would very much appreciate it. Every little bit helps. For the price of 1 cup of coffee each month already, you will be able to support us quite a bit, and you know what? Help the, well, the grassiest of the grassroots of StarCraft 2 as much as possible. We would very much appreciate it, and if you consider it, and the people that already have I'm speechless. I'm very thankful. Thank you so much for helping us out. It's very much appreciated. I can't say that enough. I can't say that enough. Anyway, let's hop on into the final best of 3 for today then. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to cut one of them out because of the Fireplay injury. We have in the top left side of the map, the red Terran player. He is from Romania. Hopefully he wins and we'll still get to ask the question for Zarek. Because, you know what, I was really on the ball for that one. I wanted to so badly. And then you know what, oh well. It's just what I do sometimes. It is, it is Cuckoo. It adds personality to the casting, alright? That's what it does. I make myself look like an idiot to make other people feel more secure about their own intelligence. That is... I wish that was true. Anyway, in the bottom right side we have a blue Terran player. He is, well, one of the fan favorites, I suppose, already. Makers, and he is... Baby Marine. Baby Marine. What is happening here? Crouch Chef? What's that? They are confusing me. Observers. I don't know. Maybe they're talking about sauerkraut, but then again they are French, and that's more of a German thing. Miguel made me do this, alright? It might be a French thing. Typical Miguel. Typical Miguel. Anyway. They're just keeping it going. Fair enough. Let's just focus on the game here. Single gas being taken by a Cuckoo. Baby Marine playing it the safe way, taking the double gas. Only 2 SCVs on each of them though, going for that quick Reaper and the quicker factory of course as well. There it is, as we can clearly see. Will it matter though? Is he going to be able to put on the pressure with those earlier Hellions on top of the base of Cuckoo? That's the question here. Just gonna have to wait and see. There is the initial little bit of aggression already paying off here. There was another Reaper available here for Cuckoo. Maybe if he was a little bit quicker with the Reaper on the low ground, he might have been able to get the other hits on the Reaper. The first hit as the Reaper was hitting the SCV in the command center. Baby Marine now maneuvering out of there. Does have that second Reaper moving up though. The second Reaper, okay, does move backwards again. And Cuckoo playing it very safe with these 2 Reapers. Doesn't want to go run around. He could try to keep them at the front, but he knows that there's a Hellion on the way as well. So that is why he's being a little bit more careful here, I suppose. As he is getting himself a bunker as well, in fact. And right, in comes the micro battle. If Cuckoo manages to kind of stay alive here without taking too much more damage, he's going to have a nice little bit, well, of an advantage here, economically speaking. Oh, quick pick off on that Reaper there. Great target fire. Now, that gives an opportunity for these 2 Reapers to come on in here and maybe potentially pick off this other Reaper. Oh my dear lord, this might not be the best situation for Cuckoo. Cuckoo losing another Reaper here. Those 2 Reapers now just need to get microed nicely. Oh my god, 2 Marines are not going to be the way for him to win this. Another Reaper jumping in here. Oh dear lord, oh lord. Cuckoo in a world of trouble here. Baby Marine with the early... well, double gas opening, of course. This is something that can always happen. If you manage to stay alive through this without taking too much damage, you are very far ahead, but unfortunately that is not what happens. And Cuckoo has to tap out rather quickly here in the first game. And yeah, that's gonna put Baby Marine on a very quick 1-0. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Alright, I'm quickly gonna hop on into the toilet, guys. I'll be right back before the game starts, and we'll continue on. One moment, please. One momento. Yabba dabba doo. Yabba dabba doo. Yabba dabba doo, I'm back. From outer space. Don't know some lyrics to the song, but guess I'll end it there. Guess we'll end it there. Okay, we're looking at Baby Marine and Cuckoo. Potentially the last game, honestly. You might be wondering, why didn't he just hold up his P? And you know what, I'm really bad at that, honestly. I'm really not good at bladder control. I had a lot of years to practice, but I think maybe in my earlier years I've been too reluctant on it. And ever since then, I don't know. It's a weird one. Anyway, we're gonna have to wait and see what happens here. Now, in the next game, will Cuckoo be able to tie it up again? I mean, he had such a good run so far in the tournament. It would be a waste if he does now fall to the Baby Marine. But then again, I think a lot of us are always very interested in seeing what Baby Marine can do. Can he follow in the footsteps of his brother? Is he gonna, like, is it actually... Right, this is it, right? This is what intrigues me the most. I'm sorry. But it is just a question of, like, does something within you, or is it just the training practice, or is it actually something that's genetics about being really good at StarCraft 2? I don't know exactly. It might just be the upbringing of them both having a really, you know, cool father, bringing them into StarCraft 2 and helping them understand how to get better and how to improve and all sorts of stuff like that. Or it might just be that their dad has good genetics for StarCraft 2. We don't know exactly, but you know what, it feels like a grand old experiment. Anyway, I need to hurry this up. It's the Blue Terran. He is fighting for Makers. He is a Baby Marine, the Italian. And the just above space of the base, we have two red barracks being constructed here by our one and only, well, he is 15 years old. He's a Romanian. He is a Cuckoo. It's just a single gas so far as well being taken. It could still be for the Reapers, of course. Most likely it will be for the Reapers. And Baby Marine is going around with the scouts here. It's going to be in time, though. There is definitely going to be a moment here where it could very quickly snowball into... Oh my god, Cuckoo! This is so brave. This is so incredibly brave. If this works out for him, oh my dear lord, he's gonna be crowned as the genius of the Junior Championship here. It is going to be absolutely mental if this works. He is adding tech labs here in the main base of Baby Marine. The Reaper, none the wiser, maneuvering himself around here. Oh my dear lord, he's looking for those proxies. He just scouted with the SCV that there is in fact no barracks here at the front door. Where else did he go? You know what, it could still be somewhere else, right? Just kind of as a mind game. And the Reaper is on the other side of the map now. Look at, he is actually trying to find something. But that Reaper could do a lot of damage here as well. It could in fact, you know that one Reaper, what can kill this one Reaper here? It's not a lot, I tell you. Those Marauders, they're gonna have their work cut out for themselves. And they can't shoot up either. This is gonna be weird. This is going to be extremely weird. There is a bunker here as well. I'm not sure if this is gonna work out. Cuckoo. What's the answer for the Reaper? The Reaper dies to... Oh my god, it dies to the SCVs as Mr. Baby Marine is trying to micro his SCVs here in the main base. The Marauders all get surrounded. So the concussive shell doesn't help out anymore. He's targeting down the Widowmine, but the Widowmine, you know what? You might want to let it go off. Oh, beautifully retargeting it on the Marauder. That is all the way over there. And look at that. Absolutely lovely stuff so far from Baby Marine. It looks like, you know what? This might not be something you want to try out at home. Mr. Marauder wants to get back into that little corner here, I suppose. Targeting down low HP SCVs here. The Widowmines were a great call. It would appear that one needs to target that one down. It would be absolutely crucial for him to take it. Trying to target down the Marines here. And yeah, moving up against the wall here with those Marauders. Oh my dear lord. Trying to set off those Widowmines here. Needs to kill another Marine. Those Widow Mines are making it very difficult for the Marauders, of course, to maneuver their way past the position. But you know what, the more and more SCVs are going down here for Baby Marine. But then again, not that much is remaining here for Cuckoo either. You know, yeah, but the mining though, the mining for so long, look at that. That is a lot of mining going on for Cuckoo. 19 workers going down there. I think that was a big Widow Mine hit there. Just put a thing on top of. But, yeah, oh my dear lord. You know what? I think it may have happened, guys. I think, potentially, a good repair on that Widow Mine. Trying to salvage the bunker so he gets a little bit more money here. A good call from the Baby Marine. But that Cyclone, you know what? Oh, good Widow Mine hit again. But, I don't know. I don't know, guys. 2 mules dropping at the same time. Potentially a little bit of a mistake here. This Cyclone needs to do a lot of work. And he needs to start doing it right now. Immediately jumping on top of it, the SCV and the mules, trying to keep it alive. The concussive shell, though, really working out now. And it does extra damage, of course, because it is a mech unit. And, jeez, God. Oh, my God. I kind of forgot to put the point there. So it's a one-to-one. Anyone that just joined now, I was too busy with everything that was going on. It's 1-to-1 right now, guys. The score has been tied up once again. You know what? I thought it was gonna be a long night seeing this much Terran. I thought it was gonna take a long time to do this cast, but you know what? The guys have been very, very nice to me. I mean, very considerate towards the, well, first of all, the other players, of course, that don't want to wait around too long. And then the casters as well, to go easy on them and give them a relaxing time here, apparently. Just by doing games that end within the first couple of minutes. But that was a very weird game, honestly. That one Widow Mine hit. I think that might have done it, actually. The one Widow Mine killing off that many of the SCVs. That was such a weird game. Also, like, the one Reaper in the base of Cuckoo, right? Imagine if that Reaper hadn't died. That Reaper would have killed all the SCVs. Killing all the SCVs there. Think about how many less Marauders would have gotten made out of those barracks. How much easier it would have been for Baby Marine. I mean, you can fill in the blanks there, I suppose. That is quite a rough one, honestly. Quite a couple of things, little tiny things, and you know what? The pressure, the adrenaline, and everything like that is, of course, added quite a bit because these players, they don't have that much experience yet playing on a stage like this. I say a stage like this, it's just an online cup, of course, but then again, if you don't really have that much experience in these 1v1 tournaments, being broadcasted and stuff like that, of course, you know what, those emotions, they run high and they can make you do tiny micros, tiny mismanagements, forgetting about one tiny thing here and there. Things can go wrongly. They can go wrong-ish. Wrong-ish. I think that's a better term. Anyway, I hope you're all having a good time. Yeah, let's just have one more game here, guys. Let's enjoy it. It is World of Sleepers. I mean, if there's one map meant for macro game, I suppose it is World of Sleepers. That being said, I'm not sure if they're going to let us get there. After seeing those other games, I'm not sure if that's going to happen. Baby Marine and Cuckoo. The Romanian versus the Italian. What's going to happen here? Who will be the one moving on into the playoffs? And who will be the person fighting against Mirtillo? I'm sorry, I'm bad at names. Who is waiting for whoever wins here to see who they are going to have the best of 5 with. He's probably watching right now. Hopefully, I would imagine. Although he was very confident in winning the entire thing, so maybe he's not watching. Maybe he's like, yeah, I don't need to watch that. I'll just let it happen, and I don't mind too much who I fight against. Let's see if it works out for him. Anyway, I don't know. Maybe he's just gonna send something in chat, and then I'm just gonna be talking about it for 60 seconds longer. Because there's the 60-second delay. 60 minutes? Did I say 60 minutes again? I don't know. Alright. The final game for tonight, guys. We have, in the top right side, a red Terran player. He is the Italian. He's playing for Makers. He is Baby Marine. Alright, there we go. So getting a little bit of a close-up there, at least. Also having the... and it's not a Team Liquid thing, but you know what, it still kind of resembles it anyway. In the bottom left side, we have the Romanian Blue Terran. Romania. Jeez Louise. My pronunciation is getting worse and worse as the night continues onwards. Anyway, he is Cuckoo. And you know what? You know what, guys? You know what? You're just gonna have to take a look right now on the screen. You're just gonna have to see this because, I mean, I don't want to spoil it too much. Even, you know, that's kind of my job, to spoil things, right? As a caster, you spoil the game. Except for a hype caster, I suppose, which is what I am in a way as well. And then again, it's just kind of as it's happening. Anyway, for those who are still not watching, there is in fact a barracks, a singular barracks out here in the middle of the map by Cuckoo. And he does have 2 gas over here with 3 workers in each. Now, I believe it was against Exo Striker where we saw Cuckoo make it appear like he was doing a proxy earlier in this tournament. It doesn't look like Baby Marine is taking that risk though. Is he still going to check over here? No, he is not. So he is just moving out again with that SCV. He's putting down bunkers. Doesn't want to take too much of a hassle, but it's a factory. It's a factory follow-up here by Cuckoo. He might just start building a tech lab on top of that factory. I imagine. What else are you going to do here? Are you going to make Widow Mines and a medevac as well? Is that what you're doing? No. No, of course not. Of course not. You make a tech lab and you make a starport. I'm not sure what's... You know what? I'm just going to not talk about that anymore. Baby Marine is making a command center. I know what that means. That means he wants to expand most of the time. Is that what it means? I guess there's okay, well, he scouts everything here. I hope he knows what's happening because alright, siege tanks. I guess you're making Vikings with this, right? I guess you can still make a medevac as well, like a single medevac to kind of drop units. This has to be Vikings, right? Yeah, there they are. 2 Vikings. Well, 1 Viking in production. Potentially 2. And the barracks is going to be scouting around until those Vikings are here. The siege tank very quickly on the field. But you know what? Baby Marine siege tank is about to be ready as well. Siege tank still a little bit further away. Is going to be trying to shoot at that supply depot. Could potentially supply block Baby Marine here a little bit. Actually, the siege tank was not sieged up there for a moment, and all the SCVs are being pulled down, getting around on top of the siege tank here. And you know what? Losing 6 of them, but pretty much solidifying him not dying here straight up. I suppose he does have a second base here as well. 2 SCVs did get... Was that another Reaper? Again? Again? Really, Baby Oh my god. Oh well. That is what would happen to me as well. So not criticizing him that much, but oh my dear lord, that is twice now that he probably could have won the game straight up with a single Reaper on the opposite side of the map here. And just fell a little bit short. Now, he's still doing a really good job at keeping Cuckoo at a distance here, but Cuckoo at the same time, I mean, he does have the Viking advantage. Which is rather rough. Now, with the SCVs here, though, I mean, those Vikings for Baby Marine are going to be able to get repaired and might be able to gain another volley, but not great targeting there, unfortunately. Also letting one die before he puts it down on the ground. This command center now requiring a little bit of repair as well. Wants to get on the other side here. He should be able to make it. Doesn't look like he will get shot out of the sky just yet, but these Vikings, man, oh man, they are being rather bothersome. Oh my dear lord. Oh, they're in range. They're in range. That siege tank is gone, and as one of the final bits of the puzzle that Baby Marine still had here to make the game go into his favor, I believe. That's so many Vikings now in favor. Oh my god, losing another Viking here. Now it's just Vikings on the ground fighting against the SCVs and the singular half HP Viking here from Baby Marine. Baby Marine in a lot of trouble here. I'm not sure if this is gonna be the moment for him. More cheese bringing him down to his knees as the siege tank immediately gets picked off. That has to be it. This has to be it. And there it is. GG is called. Cuckoo managing to take the final game here with another very, very aggressive play. And congratulations to him. We're going to be hopping into an interview here with Cuckoo. Now, I know one question at least that I want to ask him. If you do have some other questions for him, make sure to put them in the chat right now, because I'm not sure if I'm going to read them otherwise in time, as there is a 60-second delay, of course. Here we go. We're in the channel. We are in the channel. Waiting for our friends to interview. Anyway, let's see what happens with Mr. Cuckoo. Mr. Cuckoo, if he is in fact here, if he's ready for the interview. Did he actually move on in the previous one as well? I need to double check this. What happened to his run the previous time? Hello.
Hello.
Hi again.
Hi again, yes. We're just waiting for Cuckoo to show up. He's just looking for channel, I think.
Oh, good.
Okay, Cuckoo, you're here.
Hello guys.
Nice.
Hello, Cuckoo. Okay, well, how are you feeling right now? You were like the underdogs here.
Trust me, Miguel, I'm feeling amazing. Absolutely amazing. I was preparing a lot for this tournament, because my goal for this season right now was to go for playoffs, and I did it.
Yeah, well, you did it, and I mean, you look like the underdogs here. You were the one with less MMR, the only one not to be 5k or above. Exostriker, for example, is almost 5.
Yeah, I know.
And you still took a map to Exostriker, defeated Fireplay 2-0, and then beat Baby Marine 2-1. That was pretty insane.
Thank you. Actually, I was a little bit upset after game versus Exostriker, because I felt I could win also the first game,
Yeah.
but actually the disruptor shot,
too.
yeah, kill half of my army, and yeah, happened what.
Okay. Well, it's the first time we have you here on the. It's the first
Yeah.
time you make the playoffs. So, can you present yourself for your 150 viewers we have right now?
What? Can you repeat? Didn't hear.
Can you present? Yeah, I have some issues, I think, with Discord. Can you present yourself? Like, how old are you? How much time do you play StarCraft?
Oh yeah. I'm 15. I play StarCraft. I started to play in January 2018. Reach first time master, I mean, in November 2019. Make stream. Actually try to grow also my stream channel, and this is it at all. In general, I play. I mean, I play on day around. It depends. If I'm in holiday, I can play. I don't know, 4 or 5 hours. But when I'm in school time, I'm play just when I make stream. I mean, 2 hours per day, something like that.
Yeah, well, you actually have a lot of viewers on your stream. You had been hosted once by Rotterdam. You have a lot of time, 50 viewers or so on your stream. Um, for the
R-
viewers, so it's Cuckoo CU, right? SC2.
Cuckoo AC2, Cuckoo AC2. Yeah. That's the channel. Yeah, 2 times Beastie, 1 time Rotterdam, and 1 time Stefano. That
Oh,
this is
Awesome.
that are the big hosts.
oh yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Kazan, do you have any question?
I'm kind of just wondering, like, how do you feel about your chances against, well, in the semis, honestly? Mirtillo's going to be your opponent, I believe. Multi VT.
Yeah, I know Mikilo. I know he's a strong player. I in the qualifier I played versus him. Uh, Me too. I don't know how I how I beat him in qualifier. I don't know. I will try. I will try also to repeat that in semifinal.
Okay,
Will be hard. Will be hard because he's 5.9k, almost 6k with Terran. He's a really good player. But I will try. I will practice. I will prepare, and yeah.
Awesome.
yeah. On the open qualifier, he played one game as a Protoss, right? So you beat him only once when he was
Yeah.
playing
When
Terran,
when he played Terran, yeah. First time
but
he
he
played Protoss.
did not beat you even one game. So for now, it's a 100% win rate for you, right?
Yeah,
Did you
yeah,
play
yeah,
him on
exactly.
ladder maybe?
What?
Did you play him on ladder or never?
Yeah, I played with him on ladder, but when he played Zerg, not Terran.
Okay.
In TVZ, I played versus him.
Okay. So how do on the biographies before the tournament, you told me you would like to be on the playoff, but well, now you are. So what? How do you feel now? Are you confident to beat Myrtio and then Ghosty or Exostriker? Um,
Actually, I mean, if you compare my MMR with Ghosty, Mirtilo, or Exostriker MMR, I mean, they are 5.6k, 5.7k, and I'm around 5k, so it'll be, of course, very hard for me in if I will face actually any of them.
yeah.
For first will be Mirtilo, but yeah, I will
Okay.
try.
Okay.
I will
And would
try.
you
I'll try
prefer
my
to
best.
confront Exostriker or Ghosty in finals?
Exostriker or Ghosty? Now depends. Actually, I think I prefer Ghosty.
Okay. What's your favorite matchup, TVT? You have a really sick TVT.
Actually, my TVT is my best matchup, but I don't like TVP. No, TVT. Sorry, I don't. TVT is my best matchup, but actually I don't like TVT. My favorite matchup is actually TVP. And yeah, so sounds weird because I said it's TVP and I don't want to face Exo Striker.
Yeah, well, Exostriker is pretty scary, right? So
But
I
I'm more confident to win versus Ghosty than Exo Striker.
okay. Kazan, do you have any other question?
Yeah, like, do you have, like, where do you get your practice partners and such from? Like, from your teams? Or is there, like, an offline community as well that you take part in Romania, or?
Also for my team and also versus Romanian Terrans because yeah, we have some really good Terrans actually, and I practice with him after this tournament because I knew I will need to actually beat Baby Marine and Firefly to qualify to go on the second spot because I knew my chance to beat Exo Striker are not so great. So yeah, I practiced a lot of CVTs in the last period of days.
Okay, awesome. It's kind of
Yeah.
like a all right. So what other games do you play any other games or?
Actually, I played PUBG, but not so often. Just when I want to, clear my mind after
Relax.
a long StarCraft 2 session, later
Makes sense.
session. So yeah, it's PUBG in general, but other game now. I don't have actually the time to play
How many
other
times
game.
do you play a week StarCraft 2?
Uh, Depends. In general, every day. Because I try to make stream every day, so I play StarCraft every day in this case.
Okay. So quick math. How many hours for each week?
Hours per week.
Yeah.
I don't around 20, 25. Now depends. Monday depends. If it's Saturday, Sunday, I play around 4 5. But when it's school time, I play around 2. So yeah,
Okay.
20, 25. Depends right now.
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Kozan, do you have any other question?
hmm. No, I think I'm okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm good.
Coatis?
Yeah, actually, I do have one question about the game against your last opponent. The game you actually the only game you lost. I mean,
What?
it was
What? Repeat, please. Didn't the
the
Discord
first
makes
game.
some problems.
Yeah, I have some issues too with Discord. I don't.
The first game you played against Baby Marine, you lost like a pretty like it was a bit brutal. I mean, how did you get back from that? Because very brutal.
I was so upset after Rule's first game versus Baby Marine because I mean it was a 4 minutes game, was a very fast one. I mean I lose very fast and that my moral after the first game was very down. But after that I won the second game and I knew I can do it. I knew I can make the comeback.
Okay, and the build you chose it was very funny to see that. And did
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
do that like a big gamble or did you prepare it? Like,
No,
prepare it?
I didn't prepare these builds. It's the first time when I make also that Marauder proxy in its main base, and this 111 proxy is absolutely the first time that I knew if I will make a proxy, he will say that just if I will make a T-Rex proxy without fly with the Brax in his main base, he will put a bunker and that the game because I knew he will play safe if you'll see if you will see a proxy. So this is the reason why I fly with Brax in his main base.
Nice,
Awesome.
awesome.
Good questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I love the Baby
What?
Marine. I loved the second game against Baby Marine, and I was a bit sad for him when the mine destroyed like 15 probes. Of him.
I know that shot. I know that shot. Trust me,
Yeah.
I know that shot. It's still in my mind.
How did you feel when you saw the mines destroy SCV?
Actually, after I see he come with all the ACV and actually to run my barracks, didn't had any moral that I thought I lose. But after that, I realized he don't mind. He don't have any ACV who mine on mineral and gas. I mean, he probably had 2 on minerals and 3 on gas, something like that. I'm not sure. But actually, his mining was not so good because he pulled all the ACVs, almost all the ACVs.
Yeah, actually,
So I decided to continue to try to go for marauders and actually to try to win.
yeah.
And
Actually, he was not mining on minerals at all.
What?
He was not mining on the minerals at all.
Yeah. I saw that. And yeah, I mean, after first game, I was upset. After second one, my moral came back a little bit. So yeah.
Makes sense.
Okay, great. Well, we'll see you next week. Looking forward to it. Do you want maybe to say
What?
maybe you want to say a last word to your fans on the stream right now?
Yes, sure. What can I say? Thank you so much for watching. I mean, and support me because before this tournament, I had a lot of DMs with people who support me for this tournament, and probably a lot of them are right now watching. So thank you guys so much for all the DMs. I really appreciate all of this stuff. I mean, yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot, and we'll see you next week.
See you guys. See you.
See you, man.
Bye.
Congrats, see you.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Awesome stuff from Cuckoo himself. Really, you know, a nice energetic guy, nice guy to talk to. I can see why a lot of people would enjoy him streaming, honestly. Probably something I'm gonna have to check out more often myself as well. Anyway, the link was in the chat as well, placed there over by where Snoopy was actually saying that. So thank you very much, Snoopy. Very on top of things, very well done. And you know what? Actually, it got placed there afterwards as well by I got a little bit of a pop-up there. Meyer Recula. I'm not quite sure how to. I hope that's anywhere near how to pronounce it. Thank you so much, dude. And yeah, that's going to be it for us today. Next week we will be back with another round, and we're gonna have to wait and see how that goes. Honestly, 2 best of 5s and the best of 7. It will be. Let us take a last final look here. Actually, I could probably just put it on the stream here for a moment. Potentially, that is the bright screen again. Here we go. It's not updated yet, but maybe it is actually. Let me just try to do this. No, it's not updated yet. But anyway, so yeah, unfortunately, Fireplay not continuing to play because of his thumb injury there. A little bit unfortunate. He did replace Erog Fire here. Otherwise, we would have had 2 Protosses and 2 Terrans. But anyway, well, we will have in the finals. Well, at least a Terran over here, and then versus a Protoss or a Zerg, and the semis will be Martello versus Cuckoo, like we were discussing earlier. Cuckoo apparently beat Martello previously in the qualifiers, so you know, we'll have to wait and see. And yeah, Ghosty versus Exo Striker. I do believe that Ghosty was a little bit afraid of Exo Striker as well, so I'm kind of interested in seeing how that will go. But yeah, we're just gonna have to wait it out. Anyway, guys, the final shout out as well. We do have a Matcherino page if you wanna add some extra dough to the prize pool or buy yourself some lovely Alpha X merch. Or if you wanna support this tournament in particular, the Patreon page would definitely be the way to do so. With some lovely stuff in there. Anyway, guys, I hope you had a lovely time. I definitely did as myself, and thank you all for joining us here today. I feel like it is quite important to have a supportive platform for those younger players, and we're trying to help that out as well by the little things that we can do. Anyway, guys, I've been Really Kozen. You can find me at Really Kozen over there if you ever want to contact me. That's the way to do it. I'm gonna wish you a lovely rest of your evening, and yeah, peace out, everybody. Bye-bye. Matillo, there he is. Oh well. Hearts.